equipment they need when responding to emergencies. PSRN users include Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Services O Communications Centres O Paramedic Services OORNGEO Hospitals, Ontario Provincial. Ontario Provincial Police Forest Fire Services Ontario Parks Conservation Officers Provincial Correctional Officers Enforcement Provincial Highway Maintenance. The PSRN also provides advanced radio encryption to ensure protection of personal health information, a robust digital network with clear audio with reduced background noise and distortion. What will this mean for you? Communication is fundamental to every request for service. The new PSRN enhances safety and improves your ability to work smoothly with paramedic services and other communications centers by providing enhanced sound quality, better network availability, more user-selectable features, reduced road and scene noise, advanced encryption standard. AES encryption increases security and the safety of medical information. Conventional radio system. Like a grocery store lineup, there are cashiers at the front of the store and the customers choose a cashier. All the users line up at their own frequency and wait their turn to communicate. When each ministry has their own radio frequencies, some ministries, like EHS or OPP, may have a high volume of radio traffic waiting to talk, while others may not have any radio traffic. Provincial Common Channel is a prime example of a conventional channel. Trunked radio system. In a trunked radio system, all the users line up in a single line. The first user who pushes to talk, PTT, receives the first available frequency. A trunked system is like a bank line. All customers line up in one line and wait their turn for a teller. The first person in line goes to the first teller available. However, police and ambulance have a higher priority than other ministries and will jump to the front of the line. Keep in mind this happens in milliseconds and is not normally noticed by the user. Land Mobile Radio Network. The Land Mobile Radio Network, LMRN, is the main component of the PSRN project. LMRN is a P25 radio system optimized for government-owned radio sites and uses microwave technology to ensure priority of communications for mission-critical public safety services. P25 radios are digital two-way radios that use a set of standards to enable interoperable communications between emergency responders and other public safety agencies. Interoperability. P25 standards ensure that equipment from different manufacturers can work together. This allows emergency responders to exchange critical communications across agencies and jurisdictions. Data transfer. P25 radios can transfer data as well as voice, which allows for more natural implementations of encryption and other features. Replacement of analog radios. P25 radios are a direct replacement for analog UHF, typically FM, radios. Radio configurations. There are several types of radio configurations depending on the type of vehicle. The Ministry of Health configurations consist of Motorola radios from the P25 series. Equipment type. Patient Transport Unit, Emergency Response Unit, Emergency Support Unit, Administrative Unit, VR Portable Radio Network, Portable Radio, Transportable Repeater Radio, Manual ID Name, Ambulance, or AM, or VERU, ESU, Admin Portable Network, Portable Transportable, or TRANSP, Project Name, MOH01, MOH02, MOH03, MOH04, MOH05, MOH06, MOH08, Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head, Section 1 E5 Mobile Radio Control Head. Regardless of the type of radio configuration, all mobile radios, vehicle radios, are equipped with the Motorola APX 2500 E5 mobile radio and emergency alarm. Depending on the vehicle and radio configuration, some radios may be equipped with DVRs and/or scan mode 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Power button, LCD screen, emergency button, four-way navigation buttons, DVRs, activation button, backlight button, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Volume knob, channel knob, home button, 5 menu select buttons, microphone connection, 3 LED indicator lights. Microphone. The microphone provides basic push-to-talk, PTT functionality and is a neutral color for easy visibility on the vehicle dashboard. 1, 2, 3. To attach the microphone to the E5 control head, align connector pins with the connection port on the mobile radio control head. Gently insert the microphone plug into the connection port. Turn the locking ring to fix it in place. Turning on the mobile radio to power up the mobile radio. Press and release the power button. Number 1. Rapidly. After a few seconds, the red, yellow, and green LEDs, number 12, will light up, followed by a self-test tone. The LCD display, number 3, will then show the zone and channel name along with the menu items. The backlight, zone and channel will return to the same settings used when the unit was turned off. After approximately 20 seconds, the radio will acknowledge a self-test and the connection of the DVRs by 4 short rapid mid-range tones and a short message ACK received. When turning off the unit, it can take up to 7 seconds to completely power down. Ignition switch. Any mobile radio not equipped with DVR is equipped with an ignition switch which will turn the mobile radio off or on when the vehicle ignition is turned off or on. The mobile radio can be manually turned on while the vehicle is off. Radio settings. Radio settings will return to the same state as when it was powered off. The only exception is DVRs, which will always be off when the radio is turned on. In vehicles equipped with 2 radio control heads, Front and rear radio control heads. Both the control heads operate together as one radio. Any radio setting changed in one control head will change the same setting in the opposite control head. Only volume and backlight settings are independent settings for each control head. Error messages. When the radio powers up, it will go through a self-testing sequence to identify any possible errors or issues in the radio. If any such errors are identified, an error message will appear on the front LCD display. Refer to Module 7 Troubleshooting for a full list of error codes to identify the issue and a possible solution. LCD display. Radios equipped with the DVRs will have a different radio control head LCD display than radios without the DVRs. DVRs equipped LCD display. Status indicator icons. DVR status. Zone and talk group. Temporary messages. Menu select items. Encryption. The LMRN network is fully encrypted, which enables secure communication between all MOH radio users. All talk groups are encrypted except for Provincial Common Channel and HIP pager channels. Under the PSRN project, only two ministries, Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Services and Ministry of Solicitor General, Ontario Provincial Police are fully encrypted. Each encrypted talk group will be using Advanced Encryption Standard, AES, which is a 256-bit encryption key. All mobile radios, portables and each console must be equipped with the proper encryption key both for sending and receiving radio transmissions. Without the proper encryption key, the radio will be unable to send or receive any radio transmissions. Encryption cannot be turned off and is invisible to the user. Key fail. Although rare, a radio could fail to receive an updated encryption key. If this occurs, the radio will go into key fail, which indicates the radio cannot receive or transmit any radio communications. If this should occur, the radio must be updated with the current encryption key before it can be used on any talk group. To use the radio while in a key fail, it must be changed to Provincial Common Channel, which is currently non-encrypted. Should a key fail error appear on a mobile radio vehicle, it is possible to still have communications through the portable radio. When a transmission is received or sent through any radio, the transmission is translated when it's being sent to the speaker. When a portable transmits, the transmission goes through the portable's encryption key. If that key is valid, the message will be sent to the DVR, then to the mobile radio. When the message travels through the mobile radio, it does not touch the mobile radio's encryption key. As a result, the portable transmission will continue to the tower and onto the communications center. Encryption while patching. It was identified earlier in this module that only ambulance and OPP are fully encrypted. Within MOH, only PCOM and pager channels are not encrypted. If a patch is required between a non-encrypted talk group or channel and an encrypted talk group, any transmissions on the patch will not be non-encrypted. For example, if an encrypted ER patch talk group is patched with PCOM or any other ministry, e.g. MNR or MTO, the transmissions will not be encrypted and can be heard by the public on the non-encrypted talk group. ODR, over-the-air rekeying. If a radio goes into key fail, it can be rekeyed with a new encryption key by ODR, over-the-air rekeying, which will reinstate the proper encryption key. Refer to Module 7, Troubleshooting for more information. For any issues involving encryption, refer to Module 7, Section 1. Troubleshooting or the service support and troubleshooting guide provided to logistics staff. Inhibit radios. The mobile and portable radios are equipped with several security features such as encryption and anti-theft. Inhibiting is a security feature which remotely turns the radio off and disables it to help eliminate the risk of misuse and theft of the encryption key. In the case of loss or theft, the radio must be reported missing, stolen to the Ministry of Health, MOH, as soon as possible and must be inhibited. When a vehicle is taken out of service for repairs and out of the care and custody of the paramedic service, the radio must be inhibited to ensure communications remain secure. When the vehicle returns from service or if the radio is recovered, it can be placed back in service by uninhibiting the radio by contacting the Emergency Health Services Technology Operations Center. LCD display in radios without DVRs. Status indicator icons. Zone. Talk group. Temporary messages. Menu select items. Refer to Appendix 1 for a list of status indicators icons. Refer to Appendix 4 for a list of menu selection items. Volume control knob. The volume control knob controls the volume for both the audio received through the network and the audio tones produced by the radio. The minimum volume setting is 20%. Both backlight and volume levels are independently controlled by each control head with multi-head configurations. Backlight button. The backlight button, directly below the volume control knob, allows the user to adjust the backlight brightness level 1. Use a short press and release of the backlight button to move through the brightness level step by step. 2. Long press to toggle between day and night mode. 3 LED indicators. LED status: solid red, rapid blinking red. Solid green, solid yellow, blinking yellow. Reason: radio is transmitting. Radio has failed the self-test upon powering up or encountered a fatal error. Radio is powering up. Conventional channel is busy receiving a transmission. Home button. The home button, 6, has 2 functions. 1. Long press. Holding for 3 seconds will revert the current talk group to the first talk group in the current zone list. This channel will be Provincial Common Channel, PCOM. 2. When the radio is within a selected menu list, A single short press of the home button will place the menu back one menu screen. Four-way navigation buttons. The four-way navigation buttons, number 7, are used to navigate through desired menu item on the LCD display. Using these buttons allows the user to scroll left or right to change the menu items or up or down through the information showing on the LCD screen. Menu select buttons. The menu select buttons, number 8, are soft buttons programmed with different actions depending on the item showing above the buttons. The soft buttons on the radio control head are used to select the desired action from a list displayed in the menu selection. In the illustration below, selecting the first menu select button will bring up the zone selection menu. Each MOH configuration is equipped with a set list of menu items. Each menu list is identified in the respective MOH configuration section. PSRN Operating Manual Paramedics Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head. Intelligent Lighting Indicators. Intelligent lighting temporarily changes the radio's display backlight color, volume and channel knob LED ring and the alert text background color to help signal that a radio event has occurred. Color notification emergency alarm orange radio initiated or received an emergency alarm critical alert radio is out of range. No comms or red side trucking. Radio is unable to connect to the network. Zone and talk group. There are several zones available in the mobile radio such as 1. MOH 2. Conventional 3. Interoperability 4. Training 5. LMRN. New system. 6. AD Advanced Deployment. FleetNet. Existing system. The two main groups in the zone selection during advanced deployment. AD. LMRN New System. AD. Advanced Deployment. FleetNet. Existing system. Having these two zones allows the new radios to be deployed before the new LMRN network is completed. The zone selection is generally based on the CACC's talk group. The photo below shows the list of zones and talk groups. All zones used by FleetNet start with AD representing advanced deployment followed by the CACC ID. Those zones under the new LMRN only identify the CACC. Once the province has fully switched to the new LMRN network, the AD, FleetNet, zones will be removed. Change and select a zone and talk group 1. Using the four-way navigation buttons, scroll through the options until zone appears in the lower menu selection 2. Using the 5 menu selection buttons, select the button under zone 3. From the next screen, use the four-way navigation buttons or turn the channel control knob. To highlight the required zone 4, select the corresponding menu selection button under cell once the zone is selected. 5. Use the channel knob. Turn to the required talk group. After approximately 20 seconds on the selected talk group, the radio will acknowledge the connection of the DVRs by 4 mid-range tones and a short message ACK received while scrolling through the list of talk groups within a zone. The user will hear a soft mid-range tone. This tone identifies the user has reached the bottom or last talk group in the list. The table below is an example of the available talk groups within each CACC zone folder on the mobile unit, radio control head and the network portable. Although Windsor CACC is the example, each CACC zone is laid out in the same format. LMRN talk group layout on mobile radios and network portables. Talk group name description type. WinCom Provincial Common Channel Analog. WinCAC Windsor CACC, or ACS Common Inter CACC Travel. WinCity Windsor City Operations CACC Operational WinEsx Windsor Essex Operations Talk Group. WIN. ER1 Hospital Patching 1 Hospital Patch WIN. ER2 Hospital Patching 2 Talk Group WIN. ER3 Hospital Patching 3 WIN. SEV1 Windsor Special Events 1 Special Event WIN. SEV2 Windsor Special Events 2 Talk Group WIN. SEV3 Windsor Special Events 3 Win. Test CACC Emergency Alarm Testing WIN. REGION1 CACC's Region 1 Intrahop CACC Intrahop WIN. SECTOR1 CACC Sector 1 Intrahop Talk Group. Refer to Appendix 6 for CACC Intrahop Talk Groups. Select and hold the home button on the mobile or network portable radio. Will force the radio to the top of each CACC list folder, which is PCOM channel, Provincial Common Channel, PCOM. The Provincial Common, PCOM, channel is a single frequency conventional channel that transmits and receives on the same frequency. Each LMRN tower in Ontario is equipped with PCOM. PCOM is a backup radio channel available to all communications centers and paramedic units across the province. When a paramedic unit transmits on PCOM, the closest tower or towers will receive the signal and forward it to the local communications center. In many cases, a paramedic unit's transmission will be heard by multiple centers. PCOM transmissions from a communications center will only be heard by units within range of the tower used for the transmission. PCOM does not broadcast province-wide. PCOM is a backup. The use of portable radios on PCOM outside of backup scenarios is not recommended as they may conflict with assigned VR channels on local operational talk groups. Provincial Common Channel can be used as a backup channel to replace a local operational channel should it go down due to service or technical problems. Portable use on PCOM. PCOM is analog, not digital. As a result, the use of portable radios is not recommended for 2 reasons. 1. There is no VR channel assigned to PCOM. 2. VR channel on the mobile radio must be switched to analog. From DVR channel to a VR channel. 3. Portable zone must be switched from LMRN to FN. FleetNet to operate. Refer to Module 2, Section 2, Zone Analog versus Digital, for more information regarding switching between analog and digital. When using Provincial Common Channel as a backup, Communications officers will use the same VR channel assigned to their normal operational talk group. Note: when using PCOM, the VR channel being used must be an analog VR channel, not digital. In addition, the portable radio must also be switched from LMRN zone to FN zone. If a paramedic wishes to talk directly to ORNGE air ambulance, the communications officer should instruct the paramedic to switch to PCOM. Once on PCOM, they can talk directly to air ambulance from the mobile vehicle radio. Alternatively, the communications officer can initiate a patch between the local operational talk group and PCOM. The future of PCOM. In the future, PCOM will become both digital and encrypted, eliminating the need to switch to analog. Memory select button. The radio is equipped with 5 memory select buttons, MS1 through MS5. Each of the MS menu select buttons allow the user to save a frequently used zone and talk group. The use of MS is like that of the programming and use of a car radio's preset buttons. The programmed talk groups can be in different CACCs. Zone. Programming an MS button. 1. Set the radio control head to the zone and talk group you would like to save to an MS button. 2. Using the 4-way navigation button, scroll through the menu options until the MS menu items are visible, e.g., MS1. 3. Select the menu select button associated to MS1. 4. Long press the menu select button until a high-pitched beep is heard. MS1 button is now programmed to the desired zone and talk group. Hearing a low-pitched beep indicates the MS button was not updated. To retrieve the pre-programmed selection, short press the desired MS menu select button. Talking on the mobile radio. To speak on the radio, follow these steps. 1. Listen and make sure no one else is talking. Push and hold the PTT button. A. The LED on the control head will light up red. B. The signal strength icon will change to arrows. 2. Wait for the go-ahead tone. 3. After hearing the go-ahead tone, speak clearly into the microphone, holding it approximately 2.5 centimeters to 5.0 centimeters, 1 to 2 inches, from your mouth. 4. When finished speaking, release the PTT button. If more than one radio control head is used, e.g., front and back of a vehicle, radio transmissions made from one radio control head cannot be heard on the opposite radio control head. Refer to Module 4, Section 2 for more information regarding patient compartment handset. Busy system. During times of peak activity, it is possible to receive a busy tone rather than the go-ahead tone. There are 2 possible busy tones. 1. Busy bong, a single low-range tone received if the talk group is busy. 2. Busy tones, is a mid-range short tone, repeated, sounds like a busy signal received on a telephone. Busy tones are heard if the tower is busy, with either tones. If the PTT button is held while receiving either tone, the tone will change to the go-ahead tone when the talk group or tower are free. If the PTT button is released, the go-ahead tone will also be heard when become clear. Digital versus analog. When transmitting on an analog radio system, such as FleetNet radio, any sound picked up by the microphone will be transmitted over the radio. The new LMRN is a digital radio system that can identify your voice and transmit only voice sounds while filtering out ambient noise. The digital network is a much cleaner, sharper sound but can also eliminate weak voice messages which may be very soft or spoken at a distance from the microphone. Timeout. Timer alert. When transmitting, you can only hold the PTT button for a maximum of 60 seconds or 180 seconds when using a hospital patch channel. Once the maximum time is reached, the radio will stop transmitting and an audible talk prohibit tone will sound. 4 seconds prior to stop transmitting, a low-pitch warning tone will sound. Releasing the PTT button will reset the timer. Press the PTT button to restart your transmission. Normal talk group timeout 60 seconds ER. Patch talk group timeout 180 seconds. Portable radios excluded. Global positioning system, GPS. Each mobile radio and portable is equipped with GPS. The availability and accuracy of this location information varies depending on the physical environment when requesting the information. For both the mobile radio and portables, the GPS antenna is separate and is not dependent on the network signal. For mobile radios, the GPS antenna is a separate puck-like disc while the portables have the GPS built into their antenna. The GPS information is greatly determined by the signals received from satellites. This signal may not be received in these locations underground between tall buildings, inside buildings under dense tree cover, under any metal, concrete roof, or structure. When requesting the GPS information, the radio will display the current location at the time of the request. The accuracy of the information provided is within 10 meters of your actual location. Some obstructions may cause this distance to increase. If coordinates cannot be obtained due to the above listed obstructions, the radio will provide the last known location. The location coordinates are updated automatically every 5 seconds when a signal is present. Once the coordinates are viewed on the radio screen, they will not automatically refresh and will remain on the screen. Unit exit is selected. The coordinates will remain on the screen while the PTT button is pressed. 1. To obtain the coordinates, select lock. Refer to figure below. 2. To update the coordinates, select RFSH. 3. To remove the coordinates, select exit. The radio's GPS location is not electronically forwarded to any outside location, i.e. CACC. To view the time the current coordinates were obtained, select the down button on the 4-way navigation button to scroll to the time. To return to the main screen, press the menu select button directly below exit. The GPS time is in UTC, Universal Time Coordinated, previously known as Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. As such, the time will be -5 hours behind the current time for most of Ontario, -6 hours for the Kenora area. Icon, solid, flashing. Description: GPS enabled and receiving a signal. GPS not receiving a signal. Selecting the opt-in button will present two GPS options. Waypoint will save the current GPS coordinates to the radio. Settings allows the user to change the lat, long readout format. Mobile radio alerts. The follow 3 alerts: no comms, out of range and side trunking, will react in the same manner with the mobile radio. 1. An audible low-pitched tone will sound for approximately 3 seconds every 30 seconds. 2. With the exception of side trunking, a low-pitched tone will sound when the PTT button is pushed. 3. The radio control head will display a red banner identifying the type of alert. The radio will remain in the condition until it affiliates to a tower site. Changed to PCOM or the unit is turned off. No comms alert: the mobile radio can see the network tower but is unable to affiliate with the tower. If the no comms message is received, a temporary solution would be to switch to PCOM, Provincial Common Channel, or switch to the local zone and talk group. No comms may occur under these conditions: the selected zone and or talk group are not available on the local network towers, e.g. Windsor unit traveling to Hamilton while staying in the Windsor zone. The mobile radio can see the network tower but is unable to reach the network controller or being around or in buildings or other obstructions where the mobile radio can see the tower but is unable to penetrate the obstruction enough to affiliate with the tower, e.g. parked in a garage. The output of the tower is too weak to allow the mobile radio to affiliate. Out of range alert: the mobile radio is unable to locate or obtain a signal from the network tower. When the radio goes out of range of the network, the radio is unable to locate the network tower and will be unable to communicate. Out of range may occur under these conditions: the vehicle antenna is blocked by a structure or terrain, buildings, underground parking, in a valley, large rocks, etc. The vehicle antenna is damaged or removed. Radio tower has an outage and the next closest tower cannot provide sufficient coverage. Site trunking alert: if at any time the core site network loses communication with any tower, that tower will revert to site trunking. When this occurs, mobile units will automatically attempt to affiliate with a neighboring tower that is in range and still working properly. If there is no tower in range, then the mobile radio LCD will display site trunking. The radio can only communicate with other radios within your trunking site tower. CACC will not receive any transmissions due to the loss of the network. In the event a paramedic receives a site trunking error, A. Switch to Provincial Common Channel and notify the communications center of the site trunking error. B. If PCOM communications are not available, the paramedic would rely on local backup communication procedures. Once the network recovers, normal wide area service will be restored. The alert will disappear and communications with CACC will be restored. Refer to Appendix 2 for a list of alert tones. Ambulance base coverage. Inside buildings, like parking garages and ambulance bases, a mobile radio may lose signal and go out of range. Consequently, when responding to a call from a base, an out-of-range status may occur for 30-60 seconds as the radio attempts to reconnect to the network. To minimize delays, it is recommended the mobile radio be turned off while it's still connected to the network, before entering the base. This allows the radio to remember the tower and frequency it was connected to, making reconnection smoother and quicker when leaving the base. Solution: turn off your mobile radio just prior to entering your ambulance bay while it is still connected to the network. Turn the radio on outside of the ambulance bay. When your radio is turned back on upon departing base, it will remember the last tower and frequency it was connected to and will connect to the network quickly. Refer to page 38 regarding the use of the DVR while at base. Section 2: Digital Vehicular Repeater System. The Digital Vehicular Repeater System, DVRs or Digital Vehicle Repeater. DVR is a self-contained radio station that is integrated with the APX mobile radio. The DVR allows portable radio coverage by using the higher power of the mobile radio in the vehicle to extend the range of the portable radio back to the radio network. DVRs is available on the following MOH configurations: 1. Ambulance 2. AeroURV 3. ESU 4. Transportable Radio 5. Other custom installs, not listed, may include DVR. Vehicle Repeater Portables. Portable, will not communicate with any other mobile or CACC unless they become connected to a repeater system. DVR. Portables not connected to a DVR will show a red banner reading DVRs out of range. In this manual, all vehicle repeater channels are referred to as VR channels. The exception is when selecting a digital VR channel from the mobile. It will be referred to as DVR channel. DVR primary and secondary mode operations. DVR has a built-in mechanism which prevents more than one vehicle at a time from activating their DVR while on the same VR channel. Primary mode. When the DVR is turned on, it will immediately search for other DVRs in the area. If no other DVRs are found, this DVR will be set to primary mode. All portables on the same VR channel will transmit and receive through this DVR. Only the primary DVR will receive and transmit portable radio signals. Secondary mode. When two or more vehicles are on the same VR channel and are in the same vicinity, the first DVR activated will take on the role of primary DVR. All other DVRs will sit dormant in secondary mode. VR icon will blink. A DVR in secondary mode will not receive or transmit any portable radio signals. All portable signals will be received by the primary DVR, while radios in secondary mode can take over as the primary DVR if needed. When the primary DVR is turned off, all DVRs in the area will receive a signal and one of them in secondary mode will accept the role as primary DVR. This action is fully automated with no user intervention and no interruption to radio service. Turning the DVR on and off. To turn the DVR on or off, short press the P, portable, button located on the radio control head. You will hear the DVR activation tones in the mobile radio speaker and the portable. Immediately following the DVR activation tone, the portable radio will announce its initial connection to the DVR with 3 mid-range tones. When the DVR is activated, the VR icon will appear in the upper right corner of the LCD display. VR icon remains on. Vehicle is in primary mode with full DVR capabilities. VR icon blinks off and on. The vehicle is in secondary mode, indicating your portables will repeat from another vehicle's DVR. Refer to secondary mode for more information. The DVR can be activated through the mobile, the portable radio and by CACC. Refer Module 5, Section 2, Portable, PSRN Operating Manual. Paramedics Module 2, Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head. DVR range. The range of any radio DVR is dependent on several factors. 1. The power output of the radio. Low battery power. 2. Terrain. Hills, valleys, rock, heavy tree cover. 3. Buildings, concert walls, underground, urban versus rural. Range limits. Under normal conditions the following ranges are approximate. Equipment dense: urban. DVR to DVR 650 meters to 1.1 kilometer, 900 meters to 1.2 kilometers. Portable to DVR 750 meters to 1.2 kilometers, 1.1 kilometer to 1.4 kilometers. Rural 1.8 kilometers to 2.2 kilometers, 2 kilometers to 2.5 kilometers. Use of DVR while in the ambulance base. Unlike a network talk group, the signal from a DVR, VR channel, is in the 700 MHz range and can penetrate building obstructions, walls, etc. While at base, the DVR must not be left on to allow paramedic crews, supervisors, to listen to radio traffic. Although the DVR signal can penetrate the building walls, it does reduce the strength of the VR channel. Should an ambulance respond to a call within 1 to 2 kilometers from the base, their portable will pick up the DVR signal outside. However, once they walk into another building, that DVR signal will be reduced again because of the building walls, which may result in an DVRs out of range. Do not leave the DVR on while in base. VR or DVR channel. DVR channel versus VR channel. Digital vehicle repeater channel, DVR channel, and vehicle repeater channel, VR channel. Both use the channel to connect a portable radio with an active digital vehicle repeater system. DVRs or DVR, with the exception of switching between a FleetNet, analog, signal or LMRN, digital signal. The term VR channel is used interchangeably. All vehicle repeater channels are referred to as VR channels. Under normal operations, day-to-day activity will be carried out on the same VR channel. However, special events, traveling between CACCs or other special activities will operate on a different VR channel. To help avoid misdirected transmissions, the VR channel policy must be followed to ensure users are on the correct VR channel. To change the VR channel on the mobile radio, 1. Long press, 3 seconds, the P button. 2. Using the channel knob, or navigation buttons, select the desired channel. 3. Press the cell menu select button. 4. Press exit. Once the DVR is activated, the channel on both the mobile and portable radio can be changed at any time. VR channel designation. There are a total of 7 VR channels which are utilized by the Ministry of Health. Only 6 are directly available to a user. VR channel 1 through 5: ORNGE Hospital TIS Wasaga 1 Wasaga 2 Winton. Function mobile radio to portable Orange portable radio to hospital DVR Toronto York Subway System Extension Wasaga Beach Windsor Detroit Tunnel. VR channels available on the mobile radio. Mobile radio VR channels function 01 through 06 portable radio to ambulance DVR 7A IRBPS air interoperability 7A ORNGE MOHLTC air interoperability 7 MOB 59 interoperability. VR channel 7 hospital is not available from the mobile radio. When selecting the VR channel, it must match the talk group the user is working on. For a full list of VR channels and assigned talk groups, refer to Module 8 Policies. DVR Scenarios. Prior to using the DVR, it is important to understand its general operation. The DVR strengthens the portable signal to ensure good communication between the crew on scene and the communications center. With the DVR's new technology, many issues that existed in previous radios and VRs have been resolved. However, there are some scenarios where issues may occur. There are 6 scenarios. Scenarios 1A, 1B and 2 should be avoided. Scenarios 3 and 4 work as intended. Scenario 5 is a critical error and must be avoided. Scenario 1A, both ambulances are on different talk groups but the same VR channel. Ambulance 1 is on North talk group on VR channel. 1 arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as the primary DVR. Ambulance 2 is on South talk group on VR channel. 1 arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as secondary DVR. Both ambulances are on the same talk group and same VR channel. Issue. This will cause ambulance 2's transmissions to be heard on the North talk group, not the South talk group. All radio transmissions heard by Ambulance 2 will also be from the North Talk group, not the South. Solution: Ambulance 2 needs to change their VR channel both on the mobile radio in the truck and their portables. Scenario 1B: both ambulances are on different talk groups and different VR channel. However, either one or both portables have VR channel 1 selected. In this scenario, Ambulance 2's truck radio has the proper VR channel selected, but their portables, one or both, are on VR channel 1. When a portable on VR channel 1 transmits, their transmission will go to Ambulance 1. When a portable on VR channel 2 transmits, they will be transmitting to the proper talk group communications center. Either scenario can be extremely disruptive if Ambulance 2 is unexpectedly switched to a different talk group and a different communications center. Solution: the portable on VR channel 1 needs to change to the proper VR channel. Scenario 2: both ambulances are on same talk group and same VR channel. Ambulance 1 is on North Talk group on VR channel 1, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. Ambulance 2 is on North Talk group on VR channel 1, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as secondary DVR. The two ambulances can talk and hear all transmissions on the North Talk group. The DVR will operate as intended. Scenario 3: both ambulances are on different talk groups and different VR channels. Ambulance 1 is on North Talk group on VR channel 1, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. Ambulance 2 is on South Talk group on VR channel 2, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. The two ambulances can talk and hear all transmission on their respective talk group only. The DVR will operate as intended. Scenario 4: 3 ambulances are on the same talk group and same VR channel responding to 3 different calls. Ambulance 1 arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. Ambulance 2 arrives on scene about 3.5 kilometers away from Ambulance 1, enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. Ambulance 3 arrives on scene, which is approximately halfway between Ambulance 1 and Ambulance 2. They enable their DVR, which is identified as secondary DVR. All 3 units will have full communication. However, there will be some interference when Ambulance 3's portable transmits as their portable tries to decide which DVR to repeat off. DVR must be turned off prior to departing a scene. Prior to departing a scene, it is important to ensure that the DVR is turned off. A vehicle traveling with their DVR on will create similar problems identified in scenarios 1 and 2 earlier in this section. When multiple vehicles and portables are on scene, all portables will be repeating through the primary DVR. If that vehicle departs scene without turning off their DVR, it can take 30 to 60 seconds before other DVRs on scene will identify the primary is no longer present and switch from secondary to primary mode. During that time, those portables remaining on scene will have no network coverage. Scenario 5: both ambulances are on the same talk groups and same VR channel, but Ambulance 1 departs scene without turning off their DVR. Ambulance 1 is on North Talk group on VR channel 1, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as primary DVR. Ambulance 2 is on North Talk group on VR channel 1, arrives on scene and enables their DVR, which is identified as secondary DVR. Ambulance 1 has their patient loaded and are departing the scene and does not turn off their DVR. As with scenario 3, both ambulances can talk and hear all transmissions on the North Talk group. As Ambulance 1 pulls away from the scene, Ambulance 2's DVR continues to work as secondary DVR. Issue: it can take up to 60 seconds before Ambulance 2's DVR identifies that the primary DVR is gone and switches from secondary to primary. During this time, Ambulance 2 will have no portable coverage until their DVR switches to primary. As Ambulance 1 travels to their destination with their DVR on, it will be seen by all other DVRs within range as it moves. Should another ambulance activate their DVR, it could identify Ambulance 1 DVR as a primary, causing unnecessary radio interruptions. Solution: the solution is to turn the DVR off prior to leaving the scene. This will immediately signal another DVR on scene to switch to primary mode without any loss of network coverage. Zone: analog versus digital is identified under Module 2, Section 1. The mobile radio is equipped with all zones. Communications Center: when changing the zone between LMRN and AD, it's necessary to ensure the VR channel also matches between VR channel and a DVR channel. AD zones use VR channel. Vehicle repeater channel: analog. LMRN zones use DVR channel. Digital vehicle repeater channel. In this manual, all vehicle repeater channels are referred to as VR channels. The exception is when selecting a DVR channel from the mobile radio. When an analog zone, FleetNet, is selected, e.g., AD-CAM for Cambridge CACC, you must ensure the VR channel selected from the mobile radio is a VR01, VR01 through VR05. When a digital zone, LMRN, is selected, CAM for Cambridge CACC, you must ensure the VR channel selected from the mobile radio is a DVR01, DVR01 through DVR05. This issue will only present a problem when traveling between a CACC which is on FleetNet, analog, and a CACC which has transitioned to LMRN, digital. If the VR channel does not match the zone, the DVR will show VR disabled. In the above photo, the vehicle repeater is disabled due to AD zone, analog, is selected and the VR channel select is digital. Push and hold the P button to view the VR menu and the DVR channel. DVR02, Currently selected. The VR channel in white, VR01, is an analog channel and must be selected in an AD zone. To change the DVR VR channel, use the channel knob, or four-way navigation button, to scroll through the VR channels. Select SEL to apply the channel. Note, both DVR and VR channels are only available when the selected TG is analog, or digital and the VR channel selected does not match. Hospital or specialty DVR. Hospitals and other specialty locations which have been identified as requiring additional DVR coverage, due to building obstructions, underground or geography, will be equipped with a stationary DVR. This will require the user to set their portable VR channel to 7, announced as hospital, allowing it to receive the network signal from the stationary DVR. Module 8 regarding VR channel policy. There are two types of stationary DVR. Hospital PLC, portable level coverage for indoors. Specialty PLC, portable level coverage for underground or outdoor area. When arriving at hospital or specialty location equipped with PLC, the user should follow these steps. Do not turn on the mobile DVR in the vehicle. Turn the portable on and switch to channel position 7, announced as hospital. When leaving the hospital, turn the portable VR channel back to your local operational VR channel. One exception for PLC VR channels is Wasaga Beach, Wasaga 2, which is VR channel 6. Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head Ministry of Health DVR mode. The DVR is equipped with 3 modes. VR system. VRSYS DVR is fully enabled, allows full communication between portables and the network. VR local. VRLOC, allows for communications only between portables and the mobile radio. The mobile radio has full communications with both the network and portables. Portables can hear but cannot communicate with the local communications center. VR off. VR off. DVR is off. To change the DVR mode, press and hold, long press, of the P button. From the next menu select the Mode Soft button to switch between modes. Once the desired mode is showing, select the Cell Soft button. System mode. VRSYS in system mode. The DVR is fully enabled, permitting all portables to communicate with each other, the mobile radio, and the network. CACC. Local mode. VR local. Local mode allows all portables to communicate with each other and the mobile radio, vehicle, and are not heard over the network. CACC. Portables will hear the CACC, but they are unable to transmit to CACC. Any transmission from the mobile radio acting as primary DVR will be heard by both the CACC and portables on the same primary DVR. The portable radio will show local only on the LCD screen. Pressing the portable's DVR activation buttons, purple button or on the lapel mic will switch the DVR from local to system mode. 36. Page PSRN Operating Procedures Manual for Paramedics. PSRN Operating Manual Paramedics Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head. Warning. Use local mode with caution. If the DVR is primary and in local mode, all portables within a 1.5 to 2 km radius, approximate distance, will also be in local mode. Being in local mode while servicing a call would be very frustrating when paramedics on scene are unable to communicate with the communications center. The use of local mode should be discouraged, off or not enabled. When the DVR is off or disabled, portables cannot be used to communicate. However, if 2 or more portables are within range of each other, they can utilize talk-around mode to communicate with each other. Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head Ministry of Health. DVR on while in base. If your mobile radio can receive a signal while in base, keeping the DVR on can present DVRs out of range for other nearby units. The DVR signal operates in the 700 MHz range, which can penetrate most building obstructions better than the normal LMRN network, but at a reduced signal strength. If a nearby unit becomes secondary because of your primary DVR at base, their portable will pick up the signal while outside. Once the crew travels inside the building, the additional wall obstructions will reduce the signal again, which may cause the portable to go DVRs out of range. If at any time your mobile radio goes out of range or no comms, any portable operating off your primary DVR will also go SYS out of range. Additionally, switching the DVR to local mode causes any portable within a 2 km radius to also switch to local mode. In local mode, the paramedic can hear the communications officer, but cannot respond back. Talk around mode. If the portable radio is out of range of the DVR or the DVR is not turned on, the portable radio is configured to automatically switch to talk around mode. This will allow the users to communicate directly to another portables. However, they have no connection to the network. For more information about talk around mode, refer to Module 5, Section 2, Portable Radio, Fallback Mode. If the mobile radio is out of range or no comm and the DVR is enabled, it will automatically switch from system mode to local mode. This will allow the portable users to communicate between other portables and the mobile radio. If the mobile radio should regain its connection to the network, the DVR will automatically switch back to system mode. For more information about fallback mode, refer to Module 5, Section 2, Portable Radio, DVR and Emergency Alarm. If the emergency alarm is activated from the portable radio and the DVR is turned off and on the same VR channel, it will automatically activate the DVR in system mode to allow the emergency alarm to be sent. It can take 8 to 10 seconds for the DVR to activate and forward the emergency alarm. Once the DVR is turned on, it must be manually turned off by the user. Refer to Module 3, Section 1 for more information regarding the DVR and emergency alarm. DVR and scan mode. If the mobile radio is equipped with scan mode, it must be turned off prior to activating the DVR. If the DVR is activated while scan is running, the DVR will turn scan off. When DVR is turned off, scan will resume. If the DVR is running, scan mode will not activate. For more information regarding scan mode, refer to Module 2, Section 3, Low Power Supply. When the DC supply voltage drops to the programmed threshold, a battery LOW warning will be displayed and will alternate with the VR status, and the VR will send warning tones to the portables over the air. 1. The vehicle with the DVR needs the engine to be started. 2. If the voltage drops below the programmed level, the VR is disabled and battery LOW alternates with VR error on the mobile radio VR status line and the VR is now disabled. When the battery voltage goes above the programmed level, the alarm condition is reset and the VR resumes in VR disabled operation. Force primary mode. This mode will force the DVR to primary mode regardless of the status of other DVR in the area. Force primary mode. PM will accept all portable radio transmissions on the same VR channel until turned off by the user. PM should be enabled when the mobile radio vehicle is going to be stationary for extended periods of time. Any DVR in the area which is in primary mode and on the same VR channel will be forced to secondary mode. Prior to enabling PM, the DVR will operate as normal and will take either primary or secondary modes as identified under DVR rules in this section. The icon for force primary mode is very similar to the DVR icon with the addition of box around the icon. This icon will only appear in the vehicle equipped with PM. All other mobile radios with show the flashing VR icon. To enable force primary, follow these steps. Turn DVR on by short pressing the P button. Once DVR is enabled, long press the P button. VR system menu items will appear with PM. Using the menu select buttons, select PM. PERM Primon will appear on the screen. Force primary mode is only available in 2 MOH configurations. 1. ESU Radio 2.2. Transportable repeater radio. Permanent force primary. Turning off force primary mode. Module 2 Motorola E5 Mobile Radio Head Ministry of Health. The DVR force primary mode can be turned off by reselecting the PM menu select button, which turns force primary off but leaves the DVR on. Force primary will also be turned off by turning DVR off by pressing the P button. Section 3 Scan mode. This feature allows the user to monitor radio calls on multiple talk groups. Scan mode is available on the following MOH configurations. Aero ESU Administrative Network Portable. Prior to turning on scan mode, the user must be aware of the following. 1. While scan is running, the mobile radio cannot be updated through the network. 2. While scanning, the radio will search each selected talk group for a signal, one at a time. Although this is done rather quickly, it does take time and parts of some communications may be missed. With Aero units, an emergency alarm received could be missed if the emergency alarm is sent while receiving another transmission through scan. Note: scan mode may prevent some transmissions and/or functionalities from being received or operate properly. Incoming transmissions. EA received. Emergency alarm received. OTP. Over-the-air programming and ODAR. Over-the-air rekeying may not reaching the radio when scan is operating. Scan mode should not be left running for extended periods. The radio could miss critical updates. Mobile radio. To activate or stop scan, press and release the menu select button under the scan menu item. Once the scan button is pressed, a temporary message will appear displaying the status of the scan mode. Scan on, scan off. The scan icon will appear while the radio is scanning. A flashing dot beside the scan Z icon indicates the radio is in scan mode but is unable to scan. If the scan list is empty, you will receive a low-pitched tone after selecting the scan menu select button. If the DVR is enabled while scan mode is on, it will automatically disable scan mode and enable the DVR. When the DVR is disabled, scan mode will resume. Scan mode cannot be activated while the DVR is enabled. Network portable radio. To activate scan mode on a network portable, rotate the concentric switch. Circle indicates scan is on. Crossed out circle is off. When scan is on, the Z icon will also appear at the top of the front LCD screen. Refer to Module 5, Section 3 for more information regarding scan mode in the network portable. What is being scanned? The radio network is a multicast tower system. Not all talk groups, TG, are retransmitted on all towers. When a radio is turned on, it initially searches for a signal from the network. When the radio finds the signal, it becomes affiliated to that tower. The tower which the mobile unit is receiving the signal from is the affiliated tower. A mobile will only be affiliated to one tower at a time. A tower can retransmit multiple TGs depending on the mobile radios affiliated to the tower. As the vehicle moves around throughout the day, that signal may jump to closer towers. When a radio is scanning, it will only scan those talk groups which are connected or affiliated to the tower which the mobile radio is also affiliated to. In the illustration below, the arrow is affiliated to Tower 1 and scanning talk groups TG 1, 2, 3, and 4. The arrow can hear the following units. Ambulance 1 and 7 are on talk group 1. Ambulance 1 is affiliated to Tower 1, so any vehicle on that talk group can be heard. Ambulance 2 and 8 are on talk group 2. Ambulance 2 is affiliated to Tower 1. Ambulance 3, 5 and 6 are on talk group 3. Ambulance 3 is affiliated to Tower 1. Talk group 4 is not affiliated to Tower 1. Therefore any vehicle on talk group 4 cannot be heard. Operation while in scan mode. When turning on scan mode, the The talk group which is showing on the LCD screen is considered your primary talk group. The primary TG does not need to be included in the scan list. Scan mode searches the selected scan TGs, one at a time, stopping at any TG which is transmitting. When the radio picks up a transmission, the radio will show the receiving TG on the front screen. If one of the scan TG has a 45-second transmission, it will not scan the next TG until the transmission is complete. The primary TG will be searched in between each scan TG. For example, if you have 5 TGs selected to be scanned, it will scan in the following sequence: P, TG1, P, TG2, P, TG3, P, TG4, P, TG5. Repeat P equals primary TG. Anytime the user presses the PTT button, it will only transmit on the primary talk group. If the medic wishes to talk on another TG, they must switch the radio to the desired TG either manually or by using the MS menu select buttons. Nuisance button. While the radio is scanning, some talk groups may become extremely busy with communication unrelated to your current duties. This nuisance talk group can be temporarily removed from the scan list by selecting the News menu select button while the talk group is showing on the LCD screen. Once scan is turned off, or radio is powered off, and back on again, the talk group will return to the scan list. Empty scan list. If scan is turned on and the scan list is empty, a low constant tone will be heard with empty list showing on the front screen of the mobile radio. This tone will remain on until scan is turned off or talk groups are added to the list. Edit scan mode. Mobile radio. To edit the scan list, 1. Hold the scan menu select button for 2 seconds. 2. The screen will change to the edit scan screen. Each screen shows the zone on the top line and the talk group on the second line. 3. Press the 4-way navigation button, or turn the channel knob, to select the talk group being removed or added to the scan list. 4. Press the cell menu soft button to add the TG or the del soft button to delete a TG as required. A Z will appear at the top of the screen indicating the talk group is included in the scan list. 5. TGs which are selected will show the scan icon. If scan mode is running when the mobile radio is powered off, scan mode will not be running when the mobile radio is powered back on. Network portable radio. To edit scan mode on a network portable radio, select the SCNL menu button. Screen will change to the edit scan screen. Use the 4-way navigation buttons to scroll through zones and talk groups. Use the cell or del to select or delete the talk group. A Z will appear at the top of the screen for each talk group selected. To scan, select the home button. To exit. To remove a scanned talk group, select del to locate scanned talk groups. Select RCL. Scan mode on a network portable is operated by the concentric switch. As a result, scan will continue to operate when the network portable is powered off and on. Scan must be manually turned off by the user. Emergency alarm is not affected by scan mode. If the emergency alarm is pushed while scan is running, the alarm will be activated in the communications center on the scan primary talk group. This page intentionally left blank. Module 3 Emergency Alarm. Section 1 Emergency Alarm. In the case of an emergency related to the health and safety of the paramedics, the emergency alarm button can be pressed, initiating a 10-2000. All MOH radio configurations are equipped with the emergency alarm button. Refer to Module 8 for policy regarding emergency alarm. Portable radio. All portable radios are assigned to a vehicle to ensure the portable ID, alias, will match the vehicle ID number, e.g. ambulance 1136 ml. If a portable is moved to a different vehicle, its alias will not match the vehicle ID, making it difficult to confirm the source of a transmission or emergency alarm. Provincial guidelines indicate that each portable will be assigned to a specific vehicle. This will ensure the portable ID, alias, will match the vehicle ID it's assigned to. Portable radio alias ID number. Example 2136 BBD and 2136 BBE4 numbers should match the assigned vehicle number. 2 letters identifying the paramedic service. BB equals Brantford Paramedic Service. D. Delta, or E. Echo. Identifying each portable. When a portable transmits or the emergency alarm is activated from the portable, its alias will appear on the communications center consoles for easy identification. Refer to Appendix 8 for a full list of paramedic service alpha codes. Press the orange emergency alarm button. When the emergency alarm button is pressed, the mobile radio, portable radio or the network portable will have the following reaction. Emergency alarm tone will be heard indicating the alarm has reached the network. The LCD screen will briefly change to orange and display emergency AC received will also appear indicating the system has identified the emergency and forwarded to dispatch. This is not an acknowledgement from the communications center. Once the emergency alarm button is pushed, communications center will receive an emergency alarm within seconds. Verbal 10-2000. A paramedic can use a verbal 10-2000 on any talk group channel. As PCOM is a conventional channel, it does not support the emergency alarm feature. In addition, while a communications center is on backup, the emergency alarm feature can be missed by the backup radio. Therefore, all emergencies on PCOM or while on backup, the crew must use a verbal 10-2000. A verbal 10-2000 is equivalent to an emergency alarm and must be actioned by the communications officer with the same priority level. A verbal 10-2000 is isolated to the controlling or monitoring communications officer only. It is not recognized by the radio network or console as a high priority. It will not activate emergency alarm functionalities as described in this section. Note: Provincial policy identifies the emergency alarm /10-2000 procedures which must be followed. Refer to Module 8, Emergency Alarm for more information. DVR and Emergency Alarm. If the emergency alarm is activated from the portable while the DVR is turned off, it will automatically activate the DVR in system mode to allow the emergency alarm to be sent. It can take 8 to 10 seconds for the DVR to activate and forward the emergency alarm. Once the DVR is turned on, it must be manually turned off by the user. While transmitting from a portable radio, the DVR is only able to receive one signal at a time. During normal operations, this is not a concern as only one user can talk at a time. However, if the emergency alarm button is pressed, it will immediately attempt to send the alarm to the DVR. If the DVR is busy with another transmission, the portable will hold the emergency alarm until the transmission is complete. Once the radio transmission is complete, the emergency alarm will be sent. The maximum possible hold is 60 seconds as the PTT timeout timer will force the transmission to end. Emergency alarm not sent from portable. If the portable radio has the incorrect VR channel selected, the emergency alarm will not reach the DVR. The emergency alarm tones will not be heard and there will be no response from the communications center. The emergency orange banner will remain on the front LCD screen and the top LCD screen will rotate through current VR channel, DVRs or and emergency. The emergency alarm will remain active in the portable radio for an indefinite time. If the VR channel is changed to the correct VR channel, the portable radio connects to the DVR, the emergency alarm will be sent. To cancel the emergency alarm, before the portable connects to the DVR, the portable radio must be turned off. Emergency alarm received. When any emergency alarm is activated, the Aero mobile radio configuration or network portable, which is on the same talk group, will receive the orange emergency alarm message and tones. This message will display EA received along with the ID of the device activating the emergency. This will remain on the Aero mobile radio for approximately 10 seconds and requires no additional action for the user. This feature is to bring awareness of the emergency to the paramedic supervisor's attention. Refer to Module 4, Section 3 for more information. Emergency alarm not available. The emergency alarm is not available under the following circumstances. Radio is not connected to the network. O portable radio in talk-around mode. Portable only. O DVR portable radio in fallback mode. Mobile radio and portable radio. O mobile radio in out of range. No comms. Side trunking portable radio not connected to a DVR. DVRs or communications center is on backup radios. Provincial common channel does not support the emergency alarm. Communications center console. When the emergency alarm is activated, Communications Center will immediately be notified of the emergency alarm with both an audible sound and visual alarm identifying the vehicle or portable activating the alarm. Module for Radio Configurations. Section 1 MOH Radio Configurations. Module for Radio Configurations. To identify the multiple types of mobile radio and portable configurations used by the Ministry of Health, they have divided them into 21 different configurations. This manual identifies the 7 most common configurations used by paramedics. Configuration table. Radio name description. Standard ambulance. AM. Vehicle with front cab and rear patient compartment mobile radio control heads. Ambulance MOH01. Aero MOH02 emergency response vehicle. Aero. Mobile radio. ESU or support vehicle has 2 radios and 3 radio control heads. Radio 1 front radio has 2 radio control heads. Front and rear. Radio 2 rear only. Radio 1. ESU MOH03 Radio 2. Admin MOH04. Portable MOH05. Network portable MOH06. Transportable. MOH08. Administration vehicle mobile radio vehicle repeater portable radio. Required DVR to operate. Network portable radio. Works directly off the network. Transportable. Transp. Mobile radio. Radio is transported in a carrying case. DVRs. Force primary. Scan. Configurations listed above are all described in this manual. For a full list of all MOH configurations, refer to Appendix 9. Permanent primary mode. Equal to force primary. Refer to transportable radio for more information. TMS option. In the mobile radio menu, TMS is an option for text messaging which is currently not enabled. Section 2 Ambulance radio. The ambulance radio configuration is intended for patient carrying vehicles only. These vehicles are equipped with 2 radio control heads, one in the front cab and one in the rear patient compartment. In addition to the E5 mobile radio and emergency alarm, ambulance configuration is equipped with DVR. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the E5 mobile radio. DVR and emergency alarm is identified in Module 2 and Module 3 of this manual. The front area consists of mobile radio control head, works in unison with the rear control head, DVR, palm mic, speaker. The patient compartment area consists of mobile radio control head, works in unison with the front control head, DVR, handset, speaker, patient compartment handset. When using the rear patient compartment handset, audio is always heard through the handset speaker. If the handset is in the hang-up cup, audio will automatically be forced through the rear compartment speaker. The handset volume is controlled by 2 +N volume buttons located on the left side of the handset. When facing the front, radio control head volume does not adjust the handset volume. The PTT button is located on the right side of the handset. When facing the front, note, both front and back radio control heads work in unison as one radio. Only volume and the backlight are controlled independently by each radio control head. LCD display menu items. The ambulance configuration consists of the following menu items. Section 3 ERU radio. The ERU, emergency response vehicle or unit, is not equipped with a patient compartment area. This may also include ADVs, marine units, etc. These vehicles are equipped with one E5 mobile radio. In addition to emergency alarm, ERU is equipped with DVR and scan mode. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the E5 mobile radio, DVR, scan mode and emergency alarm. Radio equipment. Mobile radio, DVR, scan mode, EA received, palm mic, speaker, LCD display menu items. The ERU configuration consists of the following menu items. Emergency alarm received. When any emergency alarm is activated, the ERU radio configuration will receive the orange emergency alarm message and tones on their mobile radio. This message will display EA received along with the ID of the device activating the emergency. This will remain on the ERU mobile radio for approximately 10 seconds and requires no action for the user. This feature is to bring awareness of the emergency to the supervisor's attention. When the emergency button is pushed, the alarm is sent from the user's radio to the communications center who will receive the signal regardless of the radio traffic. Mobile radios. ERU configuration will only receive the emergency signal once when it's initially pushed by the users. If the mobile radio is in scan mode or busy with other radio traffic, the ERU radio may not receive the signal. Section 4 ESU radios. The ESU radio configuration is intended for emergency support command vehicles with a rear work area. These vehicles are equipped with 2 mobile radios and 3 E5 radio control heads as identified in Module 2 of this manual. The 2 radios have the following features. Radio 1, main radio, 2 radio control heads, front and back scan mode ignition switch. Radio 2, support radio, 1 radio control head, back only, DVR force primary mode. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the E5 mobile radio, DVR, scan mode and emergency alarm. LCD display menu items. Radio 2 of the ESU configuration consists of the following menu items. Force primary mode. This radio is equipped with DVR and force primary mode. Force primary mode must be manually turned on and off by the user and forces their DVR into primary mode regardless of the other DVR in the area. Refer to Module 2, Section 2 for directions on force primary mode. Section 5 Admin, radio. The administrative, admin radio configuration is intended for administrative type vehicles. This may also include any non-emergency response vehicles, ADVs, or marine units. These vehicles are equipped with 1 radio control head. The E5 mobile radio is equipped with scan mode but no DVR. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the E5 mobile radio. Scan mode and emergency alarm is identified in Module 2 and Module 3 of this manual. Administrative radio consists of 1. Radio control head. A scan mode. B ignition switch. 2. Palm mic. 3. Speaker. 4. Ignition switch. This radio is not equipped with DVR. As a result, the P button is disabled. LCD display menu items. The admin configuration consists of the following menu items. Ignition switch. Any mobile radio not equipped with DVR is equipped with an ignition switch which will turn the mobile radio off or on when the vehicle ignition is turned off or on. The mobile radio can be manually turned on while the vehicle is off. Section 6 Transportable Repeater Radio. The Transportable Repeater Radio is a rapid deployment repeater designed to bring two-way portable radio coverage to a command post or special event. The Transportable Repeater Radio is requested through MOHI and its services and will require an MOH technical officer to assemble setup for proper operation. The Transportable Repeater Radio consists of a DVR, filters and a power supply installed in a protective carrying case. The case can be powered from 120-volt wall socket or a 12 DC supply. External battery. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the E5 mobile radio, DVR, force primary mode, scan mode and emergency alarm. The Transportable Repeater Radio consists of 2 rugged hard molded cases, Pelican case, and optionally, a Blue Sky antenna mast system bag. 1. Case 1. A radio control head. I mobile radio transceiver. 2. DVR. 1. Permanent force primary mode. 3. Scan mode. B palm mic. C speaker. 2. Case 2, or more. A6 colored portables with cases. Number provided is based on request. B6 lapel mic. C1 portable bank charger. D12 portable batteries. 6 spares. 3. Blue Sky antenna mast system in wheeled bag. This radio is equipped with DVR, force primary mode and scan mode. Additional options. Unlike other mobile radios, the transportable radio does have a few options which are not available on other mobile units. Volume level will permit the user to turn the volume to 0 when the unit is powered off. All features turned on will remain on when the unit is powered back up. Example, if the DVR is on, when powered off, it will turn back on once the radio is powered back up. Additional menu items. See below for more information. ORSSI. Received signal strength indicator. O site. Tower. Lock OPWR power level, H, high L, low OPRFL, profiles. Refer to Module 5, Section 1 for information regarding profiles. Equipped with VR Channel 7 ability to monitor record directly. LCD display menu items. The transportable configuration consists of the following menu items. In addition to the regular menu items, the transportable radio has 3 additional menu items. RSSI. This menu item allows the radio user to view the current site and its RSSI, received signal strength indicator, as a numeric value instead of just seeing the signal strength bars. When the menu item is pressed and released, the temporary message area of the screen will first display the site number and then the RSSI level. This information is only shown once and will disappear until the RSSI menu button is pressed again. When you press and hold the RSSI button for 3 seconds, it forces the radio to roam to a different site. The temporary message part of the display will show scanning site. RSSI value strength 0 to 51 unacceptable, 52 to 63, 64 to 69, 70 to 76, acceptable, good, very good, 77 and greater, excellent. PWR. This feature enables the user to reduce the transmit power level for a specific case that requires a lower power level. Pressing and releasing it will change from the current setting. When radio is set to transmit on high power, an H icon will appear on the top row of status icons. High power enables a longer transmitting distance. When the radio is set to transmit on low power, an L icon will appear on the top row of status icons. Low power enables a shorter transmitting distance. Powering the radio off and back on resets the radio power level to the predefined setting. 1. Site. Provides the ability to site lock the mobile radio to a specific tower. This may be necessary if bordering an adjacent CACC area. 2. PRFL. Profile allows the user to place the radio into different 3 profiles. 1. Default places the radio in its normal operational setting. 2. Surveillance. The following items will be disabled. No backlight on the LCD screen. 1. No audible tones, including emergency alarm tones. 3. Loud. The microphone's noise reduction filters are increased to reduce background noise and increase the user's voice at the receiving site. VR channels. In addition to the VR channels of 01 through 06, the transportable radio is also equipped with VR channel 07. VR channel 07 is reserved for PLC, portable level coverage hospitals and PLC specialty locations and is not available on other mobile units. VR 07 has been added for additional portable coverage if needed. Prior approval is required to operate on VR channel 07. Note: when using VR channel 07, caution should be used if located within 12 kilometers of a PLC hospital or PLC specialty location. Permanent force primary mode. Permanent force primary mode is equal to force primary, except this mode cannot be turned off by the user. When the DVR is activated on the transportable radio, it will automatically enable force primary regardless of other DVRs in the area. This will ensure consistent coverage should there be power or other radio interruptions. Refer to Module 2, Section 2 for more information regarding force primary mode. Low power supply. When the DC supply voltage drops to the programmed threshold, a battery LOW warning will be displayed and will alternate with the VR status, and the VR will send warning tones to the portables over the air. If the voltage drops below the programmed level, the VR is disabled and battery LOW alternates with VR error on the mobile radio VR status line and the VR is now disabled. The vehicle with the DVR needs the engine to be started. When the battery voltage goes above the programmed level, the alarm condition is reset and the VR resumes in VR disabled operation. Overheating. During the operation of the transportable radio, the radio transceiver and DVR generate heat. If the transportable case lid is closed, the temperature of the box will raise quickly and cause the radio to overheat and possibly shut down. It is important to ensure the lid remains open while in operation. Warning: to avoid overheating, the case lid must remain open while radio is in operation. Module 5 Motorola APX6000 Portable Radio. Section 1 APX6000 Portable Radio Operation. Types of portable radios. The Ministry of Health is using the Motorola APX6000 Portable Radio. There are 2 different types of the APX6000 Portable. Portable radio must be used with the DVR. May also be referred to as VR portable or companion portable radio. Has a thin antenna, has a range of approximately 1.5 to 2 kilometers from the closest DVR. Portable must remain with the assigned vehicle to ensure portable alias ID matches unit ID for easy dispatch identification. Vehicle assigned portables will have black casing. Transportable package. Special events. Portables will have yellow casing. Network portable radio works directly off the LMRN network, has a thick antenna, has a range of approximately 7 to 10 kilometers from the closest network tower. Portable casing will be yellow. The remote speaker microphone will now be referred to as lapel mic. Warning: when using an earpiece, audio ear jack, from the lapel mic, audio tones may be louder than that of the portable or lapel mic speakers. Attaching and removing lapel mic. The cover shield must always be used when a lapel mic is not used. Removing the cover, rotate the thumb screw, B, counterclockwise until it disengages from the radio. If the thumb screw is too tight, an Allen wrench can be used to loosen the screw. Rotate and lift the connector cover to disengage it from the radio. Attaching the lapel mic. Insert the hooked end, A, of the lapel mic cord into the slot above the connector. Press the top of the cover downward to seat it in the slot once in place. Tighten by rotating the thumb screw, B, clockwise by hand. Allen key should not be used to tighten. Once the lapel mic is attached to the portable, audio will only be heard through the lapel mic. Antenna. To attach an antenna, ensure the portable radio is turned off. Set the antenna in its receptacle. Turn the antenna clockwise to attach it to the radio. Do not over-tighten. Hand tightening only. To replace an antenna 1, ensure the portable radio is turned off. 2. Turn the antenna counterclockwise. Don't do this to the portable radio to avoid unnecessary interference or damage to the antenna, the portable radio or the user. The following practices must be avoided when using the portable radio. Battery. Attaching the battery. Ensure the portable radio's power and volume knob is in the off position. Align the battery with the rails on the back of the radio. Press the battery firmly, and slide upwards until the two latches A snap into place. Make sure the battery latch is locked into position. Removing the battery. Ensure the portable radio is turned off. Squeeze the battery latches at points A while holding the latches. Slide the battery down and off the rails. Battery indicators. The radio will indicate the battery's charge level or status through any of the following: LED indication and audible tone battery icon on the display. When the battery is low, the LED will blink red when the PTT button is pressed. In addition, you will hear a low battery chirp, short and high-pitched tone. All portable batteries must be reconditioned every 30 days to ensure the proper life and charge capacity of the battery. At the 30-day mark, approximately, or if the battery requires a reconditioning, the battery icon will no longer be visible and the BAT menu option will only present dashes. Reconditioning is required even if the portable battery appears to be working charging properly. Normal reconditioning of a battery will take between 10 and 12 hours. Upon completion of the reconditioning process, not all batteries will identify as 100% charged. A battery with an 85% to 100% charge is considered fully charged. Refer to Module 5, Section 4 for information regarding the charging, use and storage of batteries. Power and volume control knob. To turn the portable radio on, rotate the power and volume control knob clockwise. The knob will click when turning on. LED light, marked A, lights up solid red then turn green indicating the power up test was successful. If the portable radio does not power up, check the battery, and ensure it is charged properly. To turn the portable radio off, rotate the power and volume control counterclockwise until you hear a click. Minimum volume level on a portable radio is 20% volume. Error messages. Upon powering up the portable radio, it will go through a self-testing sequence to identify any possible errors or issues in the radio. If any such errors are identified, an error message will appear on the front LCD display. A full list of error codes is listed in Module 7, Section 2. Talking on the portable radio. Listen and make sure no one else is talking. Push and hold the PTT button on the portable and speak into either side of radio. Or push and hold the PTT on the lapel mic and speak into the lapel mic. The LED light on top of the portable will light up red. Wait to hear the go-ahead tone. After hearing the go-ahead tone, speak clearly holding the microphone approximately 2.5 centimeters to 5 centimeters, 1 to 2 in, from your mouth. When finished speaking, release the PTT button. Module 5 Motorola APX 6000 Portable Radio Ministry of Health LED indicator light. The LED light on the top of the portable will identify several items depending on its color and flashing. LED status reason: solid red radio is transmitting, blinking red radio is transmitting at low battery condition, rapidly blinking red radio has failed the self-test or encountered a fatal error, solid green radio is powering up or is on and on. Priority channel while in the scan list programming mode. Solid yellow conventional channel is busy, blinking yellow radio is receiving a secure transmission. Refer to Appendix 3 for more information. Display windows. The portable radio has 2 LCD displays. 1. Main front display. 2. Top display. Menu select buttons. The menu select buttons are used to access the menu items featured on the portable radio. 1. Select the menu select button directly below the menu item. 2. Use the 4-way navigation button to scroll through the menu items. Light bar and backlight color. This feature will temporarily change the backlight of the top display and adds a color bar to the main front display to help identify a specific event on the radio that has occurred. Network portable. Vehicle repeater. Under normal operating conditions, the LED backlighting for both the front and top screens are set to fade out after 5 seconds of selecting any button, excluding PTT, except for surveillance mode, when both LEDs and tones will be muted. Lock button. The lock button allows the user to lock all the buttons from accidental activation. Press and hold the lock button for 3 seconds to enable the lock mode. The front LCD screen will identify if the keypad is locked or not. The following actions are not locked by the button: PTT button, volume power knob, channel knob, emergency button, DVR activation button. Profiles. The profiles options allow the user to place the radio into different 3 profiles. 1. Default places the portable radio in its normal operational setting. 2. Surveillance. Surveillance mode should only be used for tactical purposes to reduce the user's visibility and sound profile. The following items will be disabled while in surveillance mode: no backlight on either LCD screen, no audible tones, excluding DVR activate tones, allows the user to turn audio volume to true 0% volume. Portable's main speaker is turned off. All transmissions can only be heard through the label mic at the volume set by the user. 3. Loud. The microphone's noise reduction filters are increased to reduce background noise and increase the user's voice at the receiving site. Using the 4-way navigation buttons, select PRFL, scroll to the required profile. Note: as per provincial policy, a paramedic will notify the communications center when placing their portable radio into and out of surveillance mode. This will inform them that radio contact to this paramedic should be restricted due to the nature of the call and for the health and safety of the paramedic. GPS. Like that of the mobile radio, portable radios are also equipped with GPS coordinates. The GPS coordinates on the portable will identify the location of the portable radio. To obtain the GPS, use the four-way navigation button to locate the lock menu item and press the associated menu select button. GPS coordinates will only display on the front LCD screen. Use the RFSH menu item to refresh the GPS coordinates. Coordinates will not refresh while transmitting or receiving. Using the opt-in menu item will return the following options. 1. Waypoint. Allows the user to save the current location coordinates into the radio. 2. Home, destination, and other options allows the user to input GPS coordinates for indicated location. GPS coordinates are not forwarded to the communications center. For more information regarding GPS, refer to Module 2, Section 1. Emergency Alarm Button. The orange emergency alarm button will activate the emergency alarm /10-2000 protocol in the same way as this function on the mobile radio. This button is located on the top of the portable radio and on the lapel mic, and both are orange. Once activated, an emergency alarm cannot be cancelled and the emergency alarm protocol must be followed. When the emergency alarm button is pressed, a radio ID identifying the portable radio is sent to the communications center and then translated into an alias by the ACO. When an emergency alarm is initiated, the screen will briefly change to orange and a temporary message will be displayed and change to AC received. This acknowledgement indicates the network has identified the emergency, rather than the communications center. Pressing the emergency alarm button does not change the priority of your radio transmission. Refer to Module 5, Section 2 Portable Radio, Vehicle Repeater. For more information, refer to Module 3, Emergency Alarm. For more information, Portable Identification. Every portable radio, both VR and network, is assigned an alias name. This name will provide an identity of the portable if the emergency alarm is activated. Each portable will be assigned to a specific vehicle. This will provide the portable with an alias of the vehicle's 4-digit ID number, 2-letter alpha code for the paramedic service with a D, Delta, or E, Echo identifying each portable, 1234 MLD and 1234 MLE. If an emergency alarm is activated from the portable, its alias will appear on the communications center dispatch console for easy identification. Busy system. During times of peak activity, it is possible to receive a busy tone rather than the go-ahead tone. There are two possible busy tones. 1. Busy bong, a single low-range tone received if the talk group is busy. 2. Busy tones, is a mid-range short tone, repeated, sounds like a busy signal received on a telephone. Busy tones are heard if the tower is busy, with either tones. If the PTT button is held while receiving either tone, the tone will change to the go-ahead tone when the talk group or tower are free. If the PTT button is released, the go-ahead tone will also be heard when they become clear. Section 2 Portable Radio, Vehicle Repeater. The portable radio, also known as companion, must be connected to a DVR to operate properly. Prior to reviewing this section, it is important to understand the operation of the digital vehicular repeater system. DVRs refer to Module 2, Section 2, and the APX 6000 portable radio, refer to Module 5, Section 1. This section will identify those additional features used on a portable radio. Portable identification. All portable radios are assigned to a vehicle to ensure the portable ID, alias, will match the vehicle ID number. Ambulance 1136 ml. If a portable is moved to a different vehicle, its alias will not match the vehicle ID, making it difficult to confirm the source of a transmission or emergency alarm. Provincial guidelines indicate that each portable will be assigned to a specific vehicle. This will ensure the portable ID, alias, will match the vehicle ID it's assigned to. Portable radio alias ID number example 2136 BBD and 2136 BBE4 numbers should match the assigned vehicle number. 2 letters identifying the paramedic service. BB equals Brantford Paramedic Service. D. Delta, or E. Echo identifying each portable. When a portable transmits or the emergency alarm is activated from the portable, its alias will appear on the communications center's console for easy identification. Refer to Appendix 8 for a full list of paramedic service alpha codes. Portable range. The range can vary greatly depending on the portable's battery charge, terrain, and building obstructions. The following ranges are approximate. Equipment dense urban rural portable to portable 800 meters to 1.2 kilometers 1.1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometers 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers portable to DVR 750 meters to 1.2 kilometers 1.1 kilometer to 1.4 kilometers 2 kilometers to 2.5 kilometers DVR to DVR 650 meters to 1.1 kilometer 900 meters to 1.2 kilometers 1.8 kilometers to 2.2 kilometers. Out of range alert. On a portable radio it is possible to obtain two types of out of range. DVRs out of range, size out of range. DVRs out of range. Anytime a portable radio is unable to connect to the signal of a DVR, it will be identified on the front LCD screen of the portable radio as DVRs out of range. DVRs out of range. Reason DVR is not activated or turned on. DVR is on but portable radio is not receiving the signal from the DVR. Portable radio VR channel does not match the DVR. Refer to Module 7 for more out-of-range troubleshooting issues. Possible solution: DVR can be turned on by using the mobile radio. Portable radio DVR activation buttons or remotely by the communications center. Move the portable location closer to the DVR. Ensure there are no obstructions between the portable and the DVR. Confirm the condition of the DVR antenna. Stubby antenna. Switch the portable radio's VR channel to the channel selected on the DVR. If the portable is showing DVRs out of range when the PTT button is pushed, after approximately 8 to 10 seconds, the portable will make a low bonk tone followed by 4 fast high-pitched chirps indicating talk-around mode is enabled. Talk-around mode will only become enabled when the portable is out of range of the DVR. Refer to talk-around mode in this section and in Module 2. Section 2 for more information. DVR on but DVRs out of range. If the DVR has been activated, turned on, and the portable radio continues to receive DVRs out of range, the first assumption should be the incorrect VR channel has been selected on the portable radio. Slowly change the VR channels on the portable to the correct VR channel. It may take up to 15 seconds for the portable to connect to the DVR. If the problem persists, the DVR antenna should be checked. Portable continues to show DVRs out of range once confirmed the VR channels match. The primary cause of out of range or issues occurs when they operate between two primary DVRs, creating a middle zone where devices may struggle to associate with a DVR, resulting in OR errors. These issues are more likely to happen if DVRs are left powered on unnecessarily, such as when units are in base, mobile, or otherwise not actively in use. Example scenario: one stationary DVR. An ambulance at the Tonkin reporting station has left its DVR on in primary mode red circle while the crew is in quarters. This DVR should be turned off to active DVR. A crew responding to a call near Dixie and Britannia has their DVR set to primary mode, yellow circle 3 secondary DVR. Another crew on a call at Dixie and Courtney Park has their DVR automatically assigned to secondary mode, as it lies between the two primary DVRs. Module 5 Motorola APX6000 portable radio. In this scenario, portables used by the purple crew may struggle to connect, leading to DVRs or errors, as they are unable to determine which primary DVR to use. This issue is common for portables operating with DVRs. However, the frequency of such incidents can be minimized by limiting the number of active primary DVRs. DVRs should only be activated when crews are on a call and a portable connection is required. Solution: minimize the number of active DVRs. DVRs must be turned off unless the use of a portable is required. When DVRs are left on while in base, while mobile, or at other times, it increases the likelihood that these scenarios will occur. Size out of range. If the mobile radio is out of range when the portable is actively connected to the DVR, the portable will show size out range in a red banner. Refer to Module 2, Section 1. For more information on out of range, menu select buttons, zone, select zone PRFL, select the profile BAT, view the current battery level in percentage lock location, GPS coordinates, zone on the portable. There are only 3 zones to choose from on a portable: LMRN DVR, LMRN FNVR, FleetNet, LRMNINT. Interoperability, interagency communication. Under normal circumstances, once set, the zone on a portable will remain on FNVR for advanced deployment and LMRN DVR once the new network is deployed. Select the zone by pressing the menu select button directly under the zone menu. Item 1. The display will change to the select zone on the portable LCD front screen. 2. Press the up or down arrows on the 4-way navigation button to choose the desired zone. 3. Press the menu select button below the cell menu. Item: PCOM and LMRN. An analog signal, such as PCOM, cannot be mixed or connected to a digital signal without additional step. To use a portable radio, vehicle repeater radio, on PCOM, a paramedic will need to complete these additional steps. 1. VR channel on the mobile radio, vehicle, must be switched from a digital VR channel to analog VR channel. Refer to the PSRN operating manual for paramedics. Module 2, Section 2.2. Portable radio must also be switched from digital, LMRN, zone to analog, FN zone. Refer to the PSRN operating manual for paramedics. Module 5. Once both VR channels have been switched, the paramedic will have full ability to communicate from their portable. It is important to remember both radios will need to be switched back when the use of PCOM is complete. When using portables on PCOM, always ensure the proper VR channel is be utilized. VR channel. Each DVR, mobile radio, is equipped with 6 VR channels and each portable is equipped with 7+ VR channels. The portable radio and the DVR on the mobile radio must be on the same VR channel for the portable to operate. To change the portable radio's VR channel, rotate the channel control knob to the desired channel. An audible voice will be heard to identify each VR channel. PTT timeout timer. APX6000 portable is also equipped with PTT timeout timer. Portables. DVR all talk group 60 seconds. 5 seconds prior to PTT timeout. the user will hear a short low tone. Releasing the PTT button will automatically reset the timer. VR channel designation. APX portable radio channel knob positions 1 through 5 VR01 through VR05 VR1 or DVR1 channel knob position 6 VR06 ORNGE used by Orange for vehicle DVR channel knob position 7 VR07 hospital portable radio to hospital DVR channel. Knob position 8 VR07 TIS portable radio function for the TDC. Toronto York subway system extension in York region. Portable radio function for Wasaga Beach. Beach area 1 and 2. Portable radio function for Wasaga Beach. Beach area 5 and 6. Portable radio function for Windsor-Detroit Tunnel. Not assigned. Words shown in quotation marks identify the voice announcement. Function portable radio to MOH vehicle DVR. Channel knob position 9 VR07 Wasaga 1 channel knob position 10 VR06 Wasaga 2 channel knob positions 11 VR07 Wind Tunnel Windsor Tunnel channel knob position 12 to 16 specialty. The number of VR channels available depends on the MOH radio configuration. Refer to Module 2, Section 2 for more information on DVR. For a full list of VR channels refer to Module 8, VR policy, local mode. Local mode must be set from the mobile radio. If the DVR is set to local mode, the portables can communicate between each other and the mobile radio only. The mobile radio will have full communication with the portables and the communications center, while the portables will hear the mobile radio and the communications center. The communications center will not hear the portable radios. Pressing the DVR activation button while in local mode will reset the DVR to size mode, allowing the portable full access to the network and communication with the communications center. Warning: when using local mode while the DVR is in primary mode, any portable radio within range of your DVR will also be working in local mode. DVR activation from portable radio. The portable radio has two locations to activate the DVR. Purple button, marked as A directly above the PTT button on the portable radio. DVR button may not appear purple in all illustrations. 2. Button below the PTT button, marked as B, on the lapel mic. For the DVR to connect to the portable, both the portable and mobile radio must be on the same VR channel. Press the DVR activation button for 1 second to enable. Screen 1, shown below, will appear while it searches for the DVR. When the DVR is found and connected, the zone and VR channel will appear on the screen followed by the DVR connection tones. Note: when connecting to the DVR from the portable, connection should be immediate. If the DVR tones are not heard within a few seconds, it should be assumed the DVR was not activated. If the DVR does not connect, Screen 1 will appear when the DVR button is pushed from the portable radio or by the communications center. The top LCD screen will have no indicators. Screen 2 confirms the portable is unable to connect to a DVR. The top LCD screen will have no indicators. If the DVR activation tones are not heard within a few seconds of pushing the DVR button, it must be assumed you are not connecting to the DVR. The portable will remain in the page mode until one of three things occur: turn VR channel control knob to another VR channel, or the CNCL button located on the front screen is selected, or the radio is turned off. If the DVR tones are not heard, change the VR channel and select the DVR button again to connect. This step can be repeated until the correct VR channel is chosen. Note: a VR portable is unable to transmit while paging the DVRs. In page mode, if the DVR does not connect, you must change the VR channel knob to exit the paging mode to use talk around. DVR tones. Tone sound. When PTT description is pushed: 3 high-pitched chirps system mode. Go ahead tone. 3 low-pitched chirps local mode. Go ahead tone. 4 fast high-pitched chirps talk around mode. Go ahead tone. Refer to Appendix 2 for more information. Emergency alarm. While transmitting from a portable radio, the DVR is only able to receive one signal at a time. During normal operations, this is not a concern as only one user can talk at a time. However, if the emergency alarm button is pressed, it will immediately attempt to send the alarm to the DVR. If the DVR is busy with other transmissions, the portable will hold the emergency alarm until the transmission is complete. Once the radio transmission is complete, the emergency alarm will be sent immediately, and the alarms will be activated on the portable radio. The maximum possible hold is 60 seconds as the PTT timeout timer will force the transmission to end. When the emergency alarm button is pressed on a portable, it will send out an ID code identifying the portable radio. This ID is converted to an alias identified in the communications center. The primary DVR mobile radio, associated to the portable, will also show the emergency alarm has been activated. If the emergency alarm button is pressed while the DVR is off, not enabled, the emergency alarm will automatically activate the DVR to send the alarm. Portable radio and DVR must be on the same VR channel. The DVR will remain on and must be manually turned off. If the portable is unable to reach or connect to the DVRs or, e.g., due to wrong VR channel selected, the emergency alarm will remain active in the portable radio indefinitely. The portable must be turned off, which will cancel the emergency or connected to the network when the emergency alarm will be sent to the communications center. Warning: the mobile radio and the portable must be on the same VR channel for the DVR to be automatically enabled from the emergency alarm button. Voice announcements. All portables are equipped with an audible voice announcement when 3 actions occur. 1. Portable radio powers up. When the portable is powered on, it will announce the current VR channel selected. 2. Changing the VR channel. Will announce the VR channel when the channel knob is turned to a different channel 3. Changing zone. When the zone is changed, it will announce the zone currently selected. VR1. FleetNet versus DVR1. LMRN. Home button. The home button will push the menu screen back one screen when viewing a menu item. Talk around mode. If the portable radio is out of range or the DVR is not turned on, the portable radio is configured for talk around mode. This will allow the user to communicate directly to other portables, who are also out of range and on the same VR channel. Note: the emergency alarm is not operational while in talk around mode. For talk around mode to work, each portable must 1. Be out of range of a DVR. 2. Be on the same VR channel. PSRN operating manual. Paramedics. 3. Be within portable range of each other. The range of a portable is restricted to line of sight operation within a 2 km radius. To engage talk around mode, when the portable radio is not connected to a DVR, DVRs, or push and continue to hold the PTT button on the portable, and after approximately 5 to 10 seconds, you will hear low-toned, busy bong, followed by the 4 talk around mode chirps. Keep holding PTT button. Then, talk into the portable when you have finished talking. Release the PTT button. A portable connected to a DVR will be able to hear portables in talk around but cannot return any communications. While transmitting in talk around mode, the portable radio will show DVRs out of range, or DVRs or top screen. There are no other indicators on the portable that you are transmitting in talk around mode. In the illustration below, portables 2 and 3 are out of range of the DVR but within range of each other. They can talk and hear each other but cannot hear any radio transmissions from the network. Portable 1 is in range of both the DVR and portables 2 and 3. Portable 1 can hear portables 2 and 3 but portables 2 and 3 cannot hear portable 1. It is important to understand that while in talk around mode, portables are not connected to the radio network. Talk around mode allows multiple portable radios to communicate with each other should the users travel out of range of the DVR. This feature is intended as a backup only. Fallback mode. If the mobile radio should go out of range when the DVR is activated, the portable radio will identify size out of range or size or. When this occurs, the DVR will automatically switch from system mode to local mode. This allows the portable users to continue to communicate through local mode to other portables on the same VR channel. Communications cannot take place from the mobile radio if it goes out of range or in no comms. Fallback mode only applies to the portable radios. If the mobile radio regains the network signal, the DVR will automatically switch back to system mode. Section 3. Network portable radio. The network portable transmits and receives directly off the network tower and will not connect to a DVR. All network portables are yellow. Pictures of the network portable may not depict the exact color of the radio. This section will identify the additional features on a network portable radio. Range. The range of a network portable varies greatly depending on the portable's battery charge. Terrain. Building obstructions. Rural versus urban. Network portable range. 4 km to 10 km from the closest tower. Menu. Select items. Zone and talk group. For purpose of network portable radios and mobile radios, zone is equivalent to CACC or communications center. There are 2 main groups of zone options during advanced deployment. AD. GMCP FleetNet identified AD as a prefix. Existing system, e.g. AD-Win. LMRN. New system. Having these 2 groups of zones allows the new radios to be deployed before the new LMRN sites are completed. The zone selection is generally based on the communications center's talk group. For more information on zones and talk groups, refer to Module 2, section. For the network portable radio and mobile radio, zone equals CACC, channel equals talk group. Module 5. Motorola APX 6000 portable radio. All zones used by FleetNet start with AD representing advanced deployment followed by the communications center ID. Those zones under the new LMRN only identify the communications center name. For more information on zones and talk groups, refer to Module 2, Section 1, under Zones and Talk Groups. After the entire province is transitioned to the new LMRN network, all the old AD, FleetNet, zones will be removed. Select the zone. Select zone by pressing the menu select button directly under zone. From the next screen, press the up or down arrows on the 4-way navigation buttons to choose the required zone. Communications Center. Press the menu select button cell to confirm the required zone. Select the talk group. Select the talk group by pressing the menu select button directly under CHAN from the next screen. Press the up or down arrows on the 4-way navigation buttons to choose the required talk group. Press the menu select button cell to confirm the required talk group. Home button. The home button has 2 functions. 1. Long press, approximately 3 seconds, will change the current zone and talk group to the PCOM channel. 2. Short press, when in a menu list, will push the menu screen back by 1 screen. PTT Timeout Timer. APX 6000 portable is also equipped with PTT Timeout Timer. Network portable. Operational channel 60 seconds. Hospital. ER talk group timeout 180 seconds. 5 seconds prior to PTT timeout, the user will hear a short low tone. Releasing the PTT button will automatically reset the timer. Emergency alarm received. When any emergency alarm is activated, the network portable will receive the orange emergency alarm message and tones on their LCD screen. This message will display A received along with the ID of the device activating the emergency. This will remain on the Aru mobile radio for approximately 10 seconds and requires no action for the user. This feature is to bring awareness of the emergency to the supervisor's attention. When the emergency button is pushed, the alarm is sent from the user's radio to the communications center, who will receive the signal regardless of the radio traffic. Network portables will only receive the emergency signal once when it's initially pushed by the users. If the mobile radio is in scan mode or busy with other radio traffic, it may not receive the signal. Network portable alerts. The network portable works on the same principle as the mobile vehicle radio. The alerts received on the network portable are equal to those on the mobile radio. Those alerts are out of range, no comm site trunking. For information regarding the 3 above alerts, refer to Module 2, Section 1, Mobile Radio Alerts. Memory select. There are up to 3 memory selections, MS1 through MS3, which allows the radio user to program frequently used talk groups from any zone. Each of the MS buttons may be programmed with a different zone talk group combination for later retrieval. MS buttons work very similar to that of preset buttons on a car radio. To program these buttons, 1. Navigate to the zone and talk group you wish to program into the network portable. 2. Long press the MS button to be programmed until the beep is heard. Once programmed, a short press on the MS button will jump the radio zone and talk group to the pre-programmed talk group. Scan mode. To enable scan mode on a network portable, rotate the concentric switch. Circle indicates scan is on. Crossed out circle is off. When scan is on, the Z icon will also appear at the top of the front LCD screen. To edit scan mode on a network portable radio, select the SCNL menu button. Screen will change to the edit scan screen. Use the 4-way navigation buttons to scroll through zones and talk groups. Use the cell or del to select or delete the talk group. A Z will appear for each talk group selected. To scan, select the home button. To exit, empty scan list. If scan is turned on and the scan list is empty, a low tone sound will be heard. This tone will remain on until scan is turned off or talk groups are added to the list. Note: scan mode may prevent some transmissions and or functionalities from operating properly. Incoming transmissions. Emergency alarm received. OTIP and OTAR may not reach the radio when scan is operating. If scan is left running for extended periods, the radio could miss critical updates. Section 4: Battery use, storage and care. Charging batteries. To charge the battery, place the battery, with or without the radio, into the Motorola approved single unit charger. Ensure the portable is turned off before inserting the radio into the charger or before removing the battery. Wait for the LED on the charger indicating charging is in progress. Do not use a battery when the charger LED is still showing orange. Batteries which are being reconditioned will charge and discharge up to 3 times consecutively. A switch located on the bottom of the charger will disable reconditioning. Single unit charger. This charger is equipped with a switch located under the charger which will allow for reconditioning or just charge. When the charger is set to normal charge mode, quickly reseating. To place the battery in the charger, removing it and quickly replacing back into the charger. The battery will manually switch the charger to recondition mode for this charge cycle only. The next battery to be placed in the charger will start a normal charge cycle when the charger is set to recondition mode. Quickly reseating the battery will manually switch the charger to normal charge mode for this charge cycle only. The next battery to be placed in the charger will start a recondition cycle. In either scenario, quickly reseating the battery a second time will toggle the charger back to the currently selected charge mode. Bank charger. The bank charger works on the same principle and LED indicators as a single charger. In addition, the bank charger has an LCD display showing the battery's condition. Important battery storage, handling and care tips. Under government regulations, all newly ion, lithium-ion batteries are shipped with 30% or less charge. Do not store batteries with flammable materials. Disassemble, crush, puncture, shred, or otherwise change the form of the battery. Discard batteries into a fire. Dry a wet battery with an appliance, hair dryer, microwave oven, etc. or other heat source. If the battery contacts are wet, ensure they are dry before attaching the battery to the portable radio. Use compressed air used on computer keyboards to clean the radio or its accessories. Do store batteries in a well-ventilated area with a temperature between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. Humidity should be between 30% and 60%. Use the battery in accordance with its water and dust ingress protection IP rating. Exercise care in handling any charged battery, particularly when placing it inside a pocket, purse, or other container with metal objects such as jewelry, keys, or coins. These objects can short out the battery connectors and damage the battery. Inspect all battery contacts for dirt, grime, and dust at least once per month. Ensure all contacts are clean using a microfiber cloth, lint-free cloth. Care and handling. Charge all batteries fully within 1 month of receipt. Always charge batteries using the approved Motorola charger. Charging in non-Motorola chargers may lead to reduced performance and battery damage. IMPERS battery initialization recalibration. Reconditioning recommendations. For full functionality, a new battery must be initialized and calibrated by the approved charger within 1 month of receiving the battery. The approved charger will automatically detect a new battery and start the initialization and calibration process. Single chargers and bank chargers will also automatically recalibrate reconditioned batteries. It is important not to bypass the recalibration reconditioning process. Vehicular chargers cannot recalibrate or recondition batteries. Reconditioning. All portable batteries must be reconditioned every 30 days to ensure the proper life and charge capacity of the battery. At the 30-day mark, approximately, or if the battery requires a reconditioning, the battery icon will no longer be visible and the BAT menu option will only present dashes. Reconditioning is required even if the portable battery appears to be working charging properly. Normal reconditioning of a battery will take between 10 and 12 hours. Upon completion of the reconditioning process, not all batteries will identify as 100% charged. A battery with an 85% to 100% charge is considered fully charged. IMPERS battery storage recommendations: A. New batteries that will be stored should be charged to greater than 50% and less than 100% within 1 month of receipt and every 9 months thereafter. B. Batteries removed from service for storage should be charged to greater than 50% and less than 100% prior to storing them. These batteries should be monitored and recharged to the same amount at least every 9 months. C. Do not store batteries for long periods of time while inserted into the portable radio. Batteries removed from storage may take several charge-discharge cycles to achieve their optimal capacity. 1 or 2 reconditioning cycles will accelerate capacity recovery. Battery disposal: all Motorola batteries contain recyclable materials. Recycling options available in your area should be considered when disposing of any battery. Do not discard batteries into a fire. Active circuitry batteries with sleep mode. The batteries listed below have a sleep mode feature that improves the long-term storage capability. This allows the batteries to discharge at a very slow rate and allows it to remain dormant for up to 9 months. Sleep mode battery kit numbers: NNTN 8570B IMPERS 2 Lilon 1250 mAh IECEs 8XPMNN 4547 IMPERS 2 Lilon 3100 mAh TIA 4950 PMNN 4573 IMPERS 2 Lilon 4800 mAh TIA 4950. Important user note: 1. Upon delivery, these batteries are in sleep mode. These batteries will not power a radio and are not fully charged. Do not awaken the batteries unless they are meant to be used. It is recommended that the battery be kept in sleep mode until the time the battery is deployed. Put into initial use. Waking the batteries can be accomplished by placing the battery into any Motorola Solutions Incorporated MSI charger. Important user note: 2. Placing the battery into any MSI approved charger or an IMPERS battery data reader will immediately wake up the battery. Do not place the battery into any approved MSI charger or IMPERS battery data reader until you are ready to deploy it. Place into initial use. To keep the battery in sleep mode. Sleep mode battery storage recommendations. Sleep mode battery storage recommendations. Using IMPERS 2 multi-unit chargers. MUC programmed with software version v1.10 or later 1. New batteries are in sleep mode when received. 2. If the batteries are to be directly placed into storage, do not place the battery into any approved MSI charger or IMPERS battery data reader. These batteries can be stored for 9 months. At the end of the 9-month period, the batteries must be charged using an IMPERS 2 MUSH in long-term storage 76% mode. Every 9 months, batteries must be recharged using an IMPERS 2 MUC in long-term storage 75% mode. 3. Batteries removed from service for storage should be charged using the IMPERS 2 MUC in long-term storage 75% mode. Every 9 months, batteries must be recharged using an IMPERS 2 MUC in long-term storage 75% mode. 4. Do not store batteries for long time periods while inserted into radios or host devices. This will minimize current drain on the battery. Sleep mode battery storage recommendations. Using IMPERS 2 single unit charger. SOC. IMPERS 1 MUC or SOC. 1. New batteries are in sleep mode when received. 2. If the batteries are to be directly placed into storage, do not place the battery into any approved MSI charger or IMPERS battery data reader. These batteries can be stored for 9 months. At the end of the 9-month period, the batteries must be charged to 100% state of charge. Every 6 months, batteries must be recharged to 100% state of charge. 3. Batteries removed from service for storage should be charged to 100% state of charge. Every 6 months, batteries must be recharged to 100% state of charge. 4. Do not store batteries attached to radio or host devices. This will minimize current drain of the battery. Note: batteries deployed after storage may take several charge-discharge cycles to achieve their optimal capacity. 1 or 2 reconditioning cycles will accelerate capacity recovery. Active circuitry batteries without sleep mode. The batteries listed below have a higher self-discharge rate due to additional active circuitry required to meet specific regulatory requirements. For best performance, these batteries should be charged and put into use within 1 month of receipt. However, if storage is required, the batteries should be charged to a 100% charge state every 6 months. Active circuitry battery kit numbers: NNTN 8570A IMPERS Lilon 1250 mAh IECEs 8X NNTN 8840 IMPERS Lilon 2000 mAh IECEs 8XM1 NNTN 8750A IMPERS Lilon 2050 mAh CSA NNTN 8287 IMPERS Lilon 2300 mAh CSA NNTN 8386A IMPERS Lilon 1800 mAh CSA NNTN 8359A IMPERS Lilon 2075 mAh IECEs 8X NNTN 5510 Lilon 1420 mAh IECEs 8X NNTN 7383 Lilon 750 mAh IECEs 8X. Active circuitry batteries storage recommendations. 1. New active circuit batteries without sleep mode that will be stored for long periods before deployment should be charged to 100% state of charge within 1 month of receipt. Every 5 months, Batteries must be recharged to 100%. 2. Batteries removed from service for storage should be charged to 100%. Every 6 months, batteries must be recharged to 100% state of charge. 3. Do not store batteries inserted into radios or host devices. This will minimize current drain on the battery. Note: batteries removed from storage may take several charge-discharge cycles to achieve their optimal capacity. 1 or 2 reconditioning cycles will accelerate capacity recovery. Battery date code 4 digits circled in the illustration. First 2 digits identify the year. Second 2 digits identify the week. This illustration shows a date code of 1951, year 2019, week 51, end of December. Module 6 Motorola Minuter HIP Pagers. Section 1 HIP Pagers. There are 2 generations of Minuter HIP Pagers, Minuter 6, Minuter 7. The Minuter 6 and Minuter 7 HIP Pagers are the same in general operation with the exception of the following items. Feature: Minuter 6, Minuter 7. Dust and water resistance IP56, dust and water IP66/67, dust proof and can resistant be submerged in water. Voice and storage time 16 minutes 20 minutes. Intrinsic safety optional yes. Weight 6.2 ounces, 175.8 g, 6.4 ounces, 181.4 g. Battery 10 hours 10 hours. Warning: safety alert NA yes. Battery save mode NA available. Body: this section identifies the Minuter 6. All features of the Minuter 7 are the same except where noted otherwise. HIP pagers are primarily used by those paramedic services requiring to notify their staff for a request for service. 1. Reset button. 2. Function knob. 3. Off on and volume knob. 4. Playback buttons. 5. Yellow LED dot. Message management indicator. 6. LED battery indicator. 7. Red LED messages indicator. Turning on the pager. To turn on the pager, rotate the on-off volume control knob clockwise until you hear a click. You will hear a custom voice announcement which should announce the name of the emergency service the pager was assigned to. You will hear an audible beep and or vibrate, depending on the function switch position, and the LEDs will flash indicating that it is turned on if your pager does not power up. Check your battery. Make sure that it is charged and properly installed to turn off the pager. Rotate the on-off volume control knob counterclockwise, beyond the white volume level indicator, until you hear a click. Red and yellow LED indicator lights. The red and yellow LED indicators perform several functions. Power up is indicated by audible beeps and simultaneous blinking of the red and yellow LEDs 4 times. Incoming message: when an incoming message is received, the red LED blinks. An audible alert is heard and or the pager will vibrate. Message management. The yellow LED is turned on while in message management. Unread messages: unread message S are indicated by the red LED and it remains cycled or all new messages are played back. A reminder will be played every 2 minutes to indicate the unread message. Depending on the function switch, the reminder will be a vibrate or beep lit until the pager is power. Adjusting the volume. To increase the volume, turn the on-off and volume control knob clockwise. To decrease the volume, turn the knob counterclockwise. If you turn the knob fully counterclockwise until it clicks, it will turn off the pager. To test the volume, hold down the reset button and adjust the background noise to a comfortable listening level. If required, adjust the volume level when a voice signal is present. Function knob. The function knob is programmed for 8 different alert modes. A. Tone and vibrate. B. Vibrate only. C. Tone only. D to H. Tone and vibrate. Rotating the knob will also play back a voice announcement which should announce the name of the emergency service the pager was assigned to. Battery status indicator. At any time, press and release the reset button to display and announce the battery status. LED indicator status colors. Solid green indicates that the battery level is high, solid yellow indicates that the battery level is medium, solid red indicates that the battery level is low, blinking red indicates that the battery level is critically low. Low battery alert, the red LED and the battery LED will blink simultaneously every 2 minutes with a beep to remind you to charge and or replace the battery. When the battery is completely discharged, the pager will play an audible alert before powering down. Receiving a page. When a page is received, the pager will enunciate with tones and vibrate, or is selected through the function knob, and the red LED will flash. After enunciating, the voice message will follow. Manual reset. When the transmission is complete, the pager will produce a loud static sound. The static will continue until the reset button is pushed. All messages will be saved to the pager for later retrieval. The most recent message received will be identified as message 1 inches. Unread messages. All messages must be played back after the page has been received. Messages which are not played back will cause an audible beep every 2 minutes and the red LED will remain lit. Depending on the function switch setting, the reminder will be a vibrate and or beep. Yellow LED indicates pager is in message manager mode. Playback. Reset button. The reset button is used for several functions. Resetting pager after alert. After receiving an alert, press the reset button to return your pager to standby mode. Battery indication. To view and announce the battery level, press and release the reset button. Disable critically low battery alert reminder. To disable the automatic critical battery alert reminder, press and release the reset button while the reminder is in progress. To test the volume, hold down the reset button and adjust the background noise to a comfortable listening level. Stored voice messages. All messages received by the HIP pager will be recorded and stored for later retrieval. A total of 16 minutes for the Minitor 6 and 20 minutes for the Minitor 7 of recorded messages will be saved. Once full, the oldest unlocked messages will be deleted. There are 3 multifunction buttons used for management and playback of recorded messages. 1. Rewind button. 2. Playback button. 3. Fast forward button. The yellow LED will light up when playing back messages. The message management tone is heard when rewinding to the beginning of a message, fast forwarding to the end of a message. Rewind button, labeled number 1. Single press to return to the previous message. Press and hold to rewind the current message. PSRN operating manual paramedics. Playback button, labeled 2. Press the playback button, labeled number 2 above 2. Playback a message stored in the memory of the pager. This is a multifunctional button, while in standby mode, no static will be heard. It will play the most recent message. The most recent message will always be identified as message 1 inches, press in playback mode to stop the message playback. Fast forward button, labeled number 3. Single press to skip to the next message. Press and hold to fast forward the current message. The pager will play the message at double speed when you reach the end of a message. The pager will repeat the last few seconds of the message at normal speed. Lock stored messages. Any received message can be locked, saved, or unlocked in the pager. Locked messages cannot be deleted. To lock a message, 1. Press the playback button to play stored messages. Each message will play in order, with the newest messages first. Fast forward button can be used to play quickly through the messages too. Once the desired message is playing, push and hold the playback button. It will now announce message locked. To unlock a message, repeat the above steps. Delete all unlocked messages. Press and hold the fast forward and rewind buttons simultaneously. This will delete all unlocked messages. During message delete, a periodic tone is played to indicate that deletion is in progress until all unlocked messages are deleted. Messages must be unlocked to be deleted. Section 2. Battery pack. For best performance, the lithium-ion battery pack should be fully charged before it is used. Battery installation. 1. Press and hold the top of the belt clip down. 2. Align the battery pack at the back of the pager. 3. Fully slide the battery pack upwards, then latch to the locked position. Battery life. Approximately 10 days at an 8-hour day, with 5 messages at 30 seconds each. Battery life may vary depending on its use. Removing the battery pack. 1. On the bottom of the pager, slide the latch to the left to the unlocked position. 2. Press and hold the belt clip down, and slide the battery pack downwards. PSRN operating manual paramedics module 6 Motorola Minitor HIP pagers pager charger. The standard charger is intended for use with the Motorola Solutions approved lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. 1. The front pocket of the charger can handle a pager with an attached battery. 2. The rear pocket is designed to charge spare batteries. 3. Each charging pocket has its own charging indicator LED. 4. Micro USB connector for power supply operational guidelines. Always remember to power the standard charger first before inserting the pager with the attached battery into the front pocket or the auxiliary battery into the charger's rear pocket. The front pocket has charging priority over the rear pocket. Therefore, the rear pocket may not charge at its full rate until the front pocket charging is complete. Note: the Minitor 6 and Minitor 7 chargers are not compatible. Section 3 Charger LED indicators. There are 2 LEDs on the charger, one for each pocket, pager pocket and spare battery pocket. Section 4 Cleaning and Safety. To clean smudges and grime from the exterior of your pager, use a soft, non-abrasive cloth moistened in a mild soap and water solution. Use a second cloth moistened in clean water to wipe the surface clean. Do not immerse in water. Do not use alcohol or other cleaning solutions. To clean the pager I/O connector on bottom of the pager, Motorola Solutions recommends cleaning of the Minitor 6 I/O connector with 1,104,959 T01 Deoxit registered sign D series cleaner. D100P supplier Cade Labs. Depress the tip of Deoxit pen several times to ensure flow of the cleaning liquid to the pen tip and allow the tip of the marker to be wetted with Deoxit cleaning solution. Gently rub the tip of the cleaning pen on the Minitor 6 I/O contacts, covering the entire contact surface. Perform the cleaning on all 15 contacts. During the cleaning process, the pen tip wears off and accumulates contaminants over time. Motorola Solutions recommends replacement of the pen tip after 15-20 pagers are cleaned. Replacement tips, TIP, RD6, are available with supplier Cade Labs. Motorola Solutions recommends cleaning Minitor 6 I/O connectors once a month if the pagers are used in dirty environments. Safety notes. To reduce risk of injury, charge only the rechargeable Motorola Solutions authorized batteries. To reduce risk of injury, use only Motorola Solutions authorized battery chargers and power supplies. To reduce risk of electric shock, unplug the charger from the AC outlet before attempting any maintenance or cleaning. This equipment is not suitable for outdoor use. Use only in clean dry conditions. Ensure the pager is dry before inserting into the standard charger. To reduce risk of fire, electric shock, or injury, do not operate the charger if it has been broken or damaged in any way. Take it to a qualified Motorola Solutions service representative. Module 7 Troubleshooting and Health and Safety. Section 1 Troubleshooting. For more information regarding troubleshooting and reporting service support through on request, please refer to the PSRN Service Support and Troubleshooting Guide for Paramedic Services. Portable radio troubleshooting issue details potential resolution portable not transmitting after the portable did not connect and is transmitting selecting the DVR currently stuck in no acknowledge. After activating activation button on change the VR channel and attempt to DVR from the portable connect again portable. DVR enabled. Portable is DVR out of 1. Portable is on the wrong VR channel portable range, but the DVR is. Slowly change the VR channels. If continues to on, DVR is on. The portable will show DVR out automatically connect. May take up to of range 15 seconds to connect to. DVR vehicle antenna may be broken. Requires technical repair 3. Portable may have low power. Change. The portable battery. Portable radio. The portable radio. VR portable is in surveillance mode. Screen is or network. Has no refer to. Module 5. Section 1 profiles black. No audio backlight on the for information on turning surveillance and no tones screens. No audio. Or mode off. Tones. Mobile radio in rare situations. 1. Remove the interference showing DVR interference in certain 2. Try using another VR channel as secondary areas may trigger the portable is not DVR to think another if this type of situation persists in a working. DVR is in the area as specific area. Ministry of Health. I&IT primary. This will cluster should be made aware of the prevent the user's location and issue. DVR from leaving secondary mode. Mobile and portable radio troubleshooting. Issue details potential resolution any problem is this the only yes. This is an individual radio issue. Radio with the 2. No. If others are having a similar issue. It is a network issue. Beeping sound battery needs to persistent beeping is normally heard when that won't go be charged battery is nearly dead. Check battery status away. Icon. User on wrong switch to appropriate talk group channel. Radio does not see out of range see the network. Scan mode is no talk groups are programmed into scan. Enabled program at least one talk group into scan. Unread alert or acknowledge alert or message. Delay lag when long delay before press PTT and wait for go ahead tone trying to talk receiving the go before talking. Network may be busy ahead tone. Transmission first word syllables user is not waiting long enough. User must cutting out getting lost wait for the go ahead tone and wait 1-2 seconds before talking. Other radio users either too close to the microphone or having trouble too far away. Speaking too loudly or too hearing you quietly. Need to be 2 inches or so from the microphone and speaking at a normal volume. Don't speak too quickly communicating through concrete or other barriers. Check signal strength indicator on unit for the number of bars displayed. Earpiece not can't hear the earpiece must be plugged in the getting audio anything with lapel mic before turning on the radio. Earpiece turn the radio off and back on earpiece not check the lapel mic to ensure it is supplied by working properly MOH. Transmission users on the could be a damaged, bent, or broken issues channel are having antenna difficulties hearing check antenna and cable for any kinks. The transmission bends, scuffing or signs of damage. Antenna may need to be replaced if any of the above are found. Poor speaker audio quality. Poor audio quality is coming out of the radio speaker. Poor reception radio has poor reception. No power unit has no power. Transmission and or receiving issues. Accessories. Volume. No comms display shows no comms. End of transmission cut off timeout timer. Radio transmitter turned off during communication. Stop transmitting during message. Module 7 troubleshooting and health and safety over time. The speaker grill may collect dirt buildup cleaning and wiping down the speaker grill will ensure the speaker and microphone work optimally. Keep portable radios upright and their antenna pointing vertically upwards. Setting them on the floor or the seat of a vehicle will dramatically negatively affect coverage. Confirm battery is charged and installed properly. Refer to charging guide. Mobile, vehicle, radio. Check power to both control head and RF deck. Transportable radio. Confirm power supply is plugged in. Radio may have been inhibited over the network. Cannot be utilized. Check issue is not with accessory swap mic for another one to confirm issue is not the accessory confirm volume of radio is not turned down check radio mute option and surveillance mode the mobile radio is able to see the network tower but is unable to affiliate with the tower. Radio connected to a tower that is not allowed to transmit on the channel selected, i.e. transmitting on London talk group while connected to Ottawa tower. Change to the correct talk group for the area you are located. If the correct talk group is selected, potential receiver issue at the tower site. Report as a potential network issue. Transmission cannot be longer than 60 seconds. 180 seconds on hospital TG. Holding the PTT longer will automatically stop transmitting. Release and repress the PTT button will reset the timer. No radio tones heard on portable radio. Network and VR portables 1. Cannot hear any radio tones. No beeps. 2. Voices can be heard through the speaker but cannot hear radio tones beeps. Out of range is visible on the radio screen. Out of range. Key fail unable to transmit or receive any transmissions. Receiving a bonk when attempting to transmit. Screen showing empty list and constant low tone heard and unable to use radio. Empty list constant low tone. Ministry of Health. Check surveillance mode. This mode will silence all tones and allow the audio to be turned down to absolute zero. The mobile radio is unable to locate or obtain a signal from the network tower. Could be the result of a damaged, bent or broken antenna. Communication blocked by a structure. terrain etc. that is not allowing communication with tower, with companion portables. Check DVR status. Radio has lost its encryption key. Radio is unable to transmit or receive any messages until encryption key is replaced. User must switch to PCOM channel to communicate. Unit will need to have an ODR to replace encryption key. This error is related to scan. Scan has been turned on with no talk group selected to be scanned. Turn scan off or add a talk group to the scan list. Portable radio battery troubleshooting issue details problem resolution. Showing on charger screen. Info only use Impers chargers initial charge new battery for 10-12 hours. No charger contact is not being checked that to ensure battery is indication made properly inserted. No power to the charger make sure the power cord is securely plugged into the charger and the correct AC outlet. Check to ensure your AC outlet is operating. Blinking red charger contact is not being remove the battery from the indication made charger and replace it back into the charger. Verify that both the battery and charger are Motorola products. Unplug the battery charger and use a clean dry cloth to gently wipe clean the gold metal charging contact of the battery and those of the charger. Battery is not charging, replace the battery. Blinking battery is waiting to charge. When this condition is orange, the battery temperature may corrected, and the temperature indication be below 5 degrees or above falls within the prescribed 40 degrees Celsius or the range the battery will begin. Battery voltage may be lower charging automatically than the predetermined if the battery is totally flat, i.e. threshold level for rapid repair. The radio was left on until the battery was totally discharged. The only recourse will be to send to your logistics department to service the battery and have it boosted. Solid orange recondition battery when allow charger to recondition the indication indicated. Complete process battery. Reduced service life if this of up to 3 discharge recharge is not completed. Cycles. Long delay with no go ahead. Portable radio is DVRs out off when pushing tone but for short chirps range. Portable radio is switching PTT button into talk around mode. Radio authentication errors. LMRN. Issue details radio LCD screen. Mobile radio with no key. No key if radio cannot meet the authentication challenge because no key on radio network. Portable with no key. No comms could also appear if the system has an authentication key, but the radio does not. Mobile radio with wrong key. Wrong key if the radio cannot meet the authentication challenge because it has the wrong key. Network portable with wrong key. Encryption errors. A key fail is an error message received on any mobile, portable and network portable which does not have the correct encryption key. The units identifying this error will need to switch to PCOM which is not encrypted. This radio will require over-the-air key. ODR. Servicing. Section 2 Power-up error codes. Error code description corrective action 01/02 requires repair. Flash ROM code plug checksum non-fatal error 01/12 requires repair. Security partition checksum non-fatal error 01/81 host ROM checksum fatal error requires repair 01/82 requires repair. Flash ROM code plug checksum fatal error 01/84 externally EEPROM blank or slick requires repair. Failure fatal error 01/88 requires repair. External RAM fatal error note, not a checksum failure 01/90 general hardware failure fatal error. Turn the radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair. 01/92 requires repair. Security partition checksum fatal error 01/93 requires repair. Flash port authentication code failure 01/94 requires repair. Internally EEPROM blank. Fatal error. 01/98 internal RAM fatal error requires repair 01/82 requires repair. Tuning code plug checksum fatal error 02/81 DSP ROM checksum fatal error requires repair 02/88 DSP RAM fatal error note, not a checksum failure. Turn the radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair 02/90 general DSP hardware failure. DSP startup message not received correctly. Turn the radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair. 09/10 secure hardware error when equipped with the 3-day key retention option. Make sure the radio had battery voltage applied for at least 2 minutes. Then turn the radio off, then on, with no options. Module 7 troubleshooting and health and safety. Turn the radio off, then on if no resolution requires repair 09/90, 15/10, 15/90, FL01/90 maintenance mode remote device. Secure hardware fatal error. External accessory non-fatal error. External accessory is not present on power up or did not power up correctly, and external accessory feature is enabled in code plug. External accessory fatal error. External accessory is not present on power up or did not power up correctly, and external accessory feature is enabled in code plug. Transceiver is not powering up, but the control head is, and it is displaying the error code. Turn radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair. Verify external accessory is connected and powers up. Turn the radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair. Verify external accessory is connected and powers up. Turn the radio off, then on. If no resolution requires repair. For a radio with a remote control head, the transceiver has number 12 VDC but the control head does. Check fuses and wiring. Missing CH error when second control head has malfunctioned or been disconnected. Verify second control head is connected. Section 3 Service Support. Urgent issues. Risk to public safety. Type of issue, who reports it, how to report it. Network PCOM paramedic service talk group HIP paging network. For PS Network, Air to Ground Orange OCC HIP Paging Network. For First Response Team Hospital Specialty PLC Hospital Specialty Repeaters Multiple Ambulance Bases with base pager failures call Public Safety Radio at Network Tower. Degraded coverage or site trunking 1-888-333-5705. Reported. Communications Center PCOM or Talk Group. Console BUFM equipment phone resources console peripherals failures. Foot pedal, headsets, and PTT switches, speakers, gooseneck mic, non-urgent issues, radio mobile radio portable radio hip pager radio accessory use on request battery radio issue form paramedic service lapel mic, multi-unit single charger its maps cases onto RIGOV MSAT proxy. .NET mobile radio hand mic on request preventative maintenance and new radio equipment request. BAS radios hospital ER patch radio communications center single ambulance base with pager failure. Encryption paramedic service MOH public safety radio authentication issue support encryption support alias support paramedic service inhibiting radio equipment line reporting a lost or stolen radio 416-217. 0227 option 1 BAS or base access station. Any radio configuration which is fixed, stationary in nature. Hospital ER patch radio and paramedic base paging radio PLC or portable level coverage. Stationary digital vehicle repeater. Hospital or specialty. For more information refer to PSRN Service Support and Troubleshooting Guide for Paramedic Services. Module 7 Troubleshooting and Health and Safety. When identifying a radio equipment issue, there are two key elements which must take place. 1. Communications Center must be notified of any radio issues impacting the normal operations of the paramedic resource. Do not contact the Communications Center to request repair of radio equipment. 2. Contact the Paramedic Services Supervisor, or designated reporting structure, to identify the radio issue and to determine the next steps regarding the replacement of the necessary radio equipment. Urgent issues. For all urgent issues, where public safety may be at risk, immediately call the service center. There is a dedicated bypass toll-free phone number for public safety radio. For all urgent issues, where public safety may be at risk, immediately call the service center 1-888-333-5705. For all other issues, such as red phones and your Office 365 account issues, contact the service center by calling 1-888-996-7772 or 416-915-7772, 1-800-8899-OPSSC. As soon as you hear the automated voice, press 91-1, which is a dedicated fast track option. This ensures that your call will be moved to the front of the queue. Alternatively, when prompted for the name of the ministry you are calling for or are affiliated with, please say Ministry of Health or press 20. MOH Public Safety Radio Encryption Support. The MOH Public Safety Radio Encryption Support Line is a 24-hour hotline for paramedic services. MOH Public Safety Radio Encryption Support Line at 416-217-0227. Option 1. Non-urgent issues. All non-urgent issues will be submitted through on request. For detailed information on service support and completing on request, please refer to the PSRN Service Support and Troubleshooting Guide for Paramedic Services. Section 4 Health and Safety Awareness. When two-way radios are used, users need to be fully aware of and able to control their exposure to electromagnetic radiation, meet occupational requirements, and remain safe, just as the legacy GMCP two-way radios do. The new LMRN radios use electromagnetic energy in the radio frequency, RF spectrum. RF energy is one form of electromagnetic energy. RF energy, which is non-ionizing, should not be confused with ionizing forms of electromagnetic energy, which when used improperly, can cause biological damage. Very high levels of X-rays, for example, can damage tissues and genetic material. All Motorola two-way radios are designed, manufactured, and tested to ensure they meet government-established RF exposure levels. There are recommend-specific operating instructions to users of two-way radios. These instructions are important because they inform users about RF energy exposure and provide simple procedures on how to control it. Mobile radio operation. When the radio is powered on, people outside the vehicle must be at least 2 feet, 60 centimeters away from the body of a vehicle with a properly installed antenna. The radio equipment may automatically transmit without manually pressing any buttons inside the vehicle. This distance will ensure that there is sufficient space from a properly installed, according to installation instructions, externally mounted antenna to satisfy the RF exposure requirements. Do not touch any part of the mobile radio antenna. When the radio is powered on, transmit no more than the rated duty factor of 50% of the time you are using the radio. Transmitting 50% of the time, or less, is important because this radio generates measurable RF energy exposure only when transmitting. In terms of measuring for standards compliance, portable radio operation. Transmit no more than the rated duty factor of 50% of the time you are using the radio. Transmitting 50% of the time, or less, is important because this radio generates measurable RF energy exposure only when transmitting. In terms of measuring for standard compliance, if you are using the radio in front of the face, Hold the radio in an upright vertical position with the microphone and other parts of the radio including the antenna at least 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters away from the nose or lips. Keeping the radio at a proper distance is important to ensure compliance when worn on the body. Place the radio in a clip, holder, holster, case, or body harness so that the antenna is at least 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, distance away from your body. RF exposures decrease with increasing distance from the antenna. Section 5 Cleaning and disinfecting radios. In response to the coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, Motorola Solutions is providing recommended cleaning and disinfecting guidelines for our radios, body, worn cameras and accessories based on the current and best understanding of radio hygiene. Per global health authorities, removing germs, dirt and impurities from surfaces lowers the risk of spreading infection. Using chemical disinfectants may kill germs that remain on surfaces after cleaning, which further lowers the risk of spreading infection. General cleaning. Apply 0.5% detergent water solution with a cloth. Then use a stiff, non-metallic, short-bristled brush to work all loose dirt away from the device. Use a soft, absorbent, lint-less cloth or tissue to remove the solution and dry the device. Make sure that no solution remains entrapped near any connectors, cracks, or crevices. Disinfecting. Devices may be disinfected by wiping them down with over-the-counter isopropyl alcohol. Rubbing alcohol with at least 70% alcohol concentration. When cleaning with isopropyl alcohol, the alcohol should never be applied directly to the device. It should be applied to a cloth, which is then used to wipe down the device. The effects of certain chemicals and their vapors can have detrimental effects on plastics and the metal plating. Do not use bleach, solvents, or cleaning sprays to cleanse or disinfect your device. This page intentionally left blank. Module 8 PSRN Policies. Ministry of Health. Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch. Public Safety Radio Network. PSRN. Policy Manual. Effective date, August 1, 2024. Public Safety Radio Network. PSRN Policy Manual. Table of Contents. Introduction. Introduction. PSRN Policies. 1. Talk groups. Portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment 2. Traveling beyond CACC Acts catchment area 3. Interoperability talk groups 4. Emergency room patch talk group 5. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions and testing advanced deployment of equipment 6. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions and testing 7. Talk around mode 8. Surveillance mode 9. Digital vehicular repeater toggle 10. Radio console or network failure contingency procedures 11. Air ambulance use of air-to-ground frequency and provincial common channel. Introduction. The Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual provides direction and guidance to communications centers and paramedic services regarding the transition to the Public Safety Radio Network. Transition to the PSRN will occur in two stages. 1. 2. Advanced deployment of new equipment. Transition to the new radio network. Advanced deployment of new equipment. To support the advanced deployment of equipment to paramedic services, communications centers and paramedic services will implement the following policies upon installation of equipment. 5, 7, 8. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions and testing. Advanced deployment of equipment. Talk around mode. Surveillance mode. MOAP. Policy Manual page 117. EHPMDB section. Introduction subsection. Table of Contents and Introduction. Page 1 of 1. Transition to new radio network. Upon transition to the new radio network, the emergency alarms and testing advanced deployment of equipment policy will be rescinded, and communications centers and paramedic services will be required to implement the following policies. 1. Talk groups. Portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment 2. Traveling beyond CACC Acts catchment area 3. Interoperability talk groups 4. Emergency room patch talk group 5. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions and testing 6. Empty 7. Talk around mode 8. Surveillance mode 9. Digital vehicular repeater toggle 10. Radio console or network failure contingency procedures 11. Air ambulance use of air-to-ground frequency and provincial common channel. If a communications officer, CO, has any questions regarding the policies or procedures contained within this manual, the CO should seek guidance direction from the communications center supervisor manager designate. If paramedic services have any questions regarding the policies or procedures contained within this manual, they should contact their local field office. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, January 5, 2024 February 9, 2024 March 25, 2024 May 8, 2024 July 29, 2024, EHPMDB approved new version date due to additional content in Policy 1 new version date due to additional content in Policy 1 new version date due to additional content in Policy 1 new version date due to revisions to Policies 1 and 3 and the implementation of Policy 11, 118, page March 25, 2024, EHPMDB section, PSRN Policy subsection, 1. Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment, page 1 of 7, approved by EHPMDB Director. Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment, policy. The Communications Officer, CO, will direct paramedic crews to utilize the Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch. EHPMDB Director approved CACC ACS OCC Operational Talk Group, Test Talk Group, Special Event Talk Group or portable level coverage sites with the designated vehicle repeater, VR channel. Purpose: to provide the COs and paramedics with the EHPMDB Director approved vehicle repeater, VR channel assignments for CACC ACS OCC Talk Groups, Test Talk Groups and portable level coverage, PLC sites. Procedure: 1. The CO will direct paramedic crews to the assigned talk group and or VR channel as follows: ACACC ACS OCC Operational, Special Event or Test Talk Group. The CO will identify the talk group name and VR channel, i.e., VR channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. B. Provincial Common. The CO will identify the talk group name only. Paramedics will use the same VR channel assigned to their normal operational or special event talk group when using Provincial Common as a replacement talk group. See all other talk groups. The CO will identify the talk group name only to CACC ACS OCC Operational, Test and Special Event Talk Groups have been assigned the following VR channels. A. VR channels must be utilized as assigned by the EHPMDB Director. B. Talk groups with a VR channel of X cannot to be utilized for operations using portable radios without an EHPMDB Director approved VR channel assignment. Region: Southwest, CACC, Windsor, Wallaceburg. Talk group type: talk group name, VR channel. City 1, Operational ESCS 2, Test 5, SEV 1 5, Special Event SEV 2 4, SEV 3 3, Kent 3, Operational LAM 4, Test 1, SEV 1 1, Special Event SEV 2 2, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 1, Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment, page 2 of 7, approved by EHPMDB Director, Region: Southwest, CACC, London, Hamilton, Niagara, Cambridge. Talk group type: operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event. Talk group name, VR channel, SIT 1 1, SIT 2 2, North 4 West 5 East 3, Test SIT 1 and 2 4, all others 2, SEV 1 1, SEV 2 2, SEV 3 3, SEV 4 4, SEV 5 5, SEV 6 1, SEV 7 2, SEV 8 3, HAM 1 Scene Destination Desk 4, HAM 2 Assignment Desk 5, HAM 3 2, HAM 4 X, SMC 1 Brantford 6 Nations 1, SMC 2 Halidiman Norfolk 2, SMC 3 X Test, Halidiman Norfolk Brant 5, Test, Hamilton 3, SEV 1 1, SEV 2 2, SEV 3 3, SEV 4 4, SEV 5 5, Ops 1 1, Ops 2 2, 5, Ops 3 3, Test 4, SEV 1 1, SEV 2 2, SEV 3 3, SEV 4 4, SEV 5 5, ENT 1 1, ENT 2 X, ENT 3 X, CAM 1 2, WTR 2 5, STH 3 5, Test 4, SEV 1 1, SEV 2 2, SEV 3 3, SEV 4 4, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 1, Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment, page 3 of 7, approved by EHPMDB Director, Region Southwest, Southwest, CACC Cambridge, Mississauga, Georgian, Toronto. Talk group type: special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational. Talk group name: SEV 5 Hour 2 HR01 PNEPNW SEV PSW HR03 PR05 PR06. Test: SEV 1 SEV 2 SEV 3 SEV 4 SEV 5 SEV 6 SEV 7 SEV 8 IROC 1, District A and District C, IROC 2, District B and District D, IROC 3, District D, IROC 4, District C, IROC 5, District D, YS01 YS02 SIM 1, South, SIM 2, Northwest, SIM 3, Northeast, SIM 4 SIM 5 SS01 SS02 Test SEV 1 SEV 2 SEV 3 SEV 4 SEV 5 SEV 6 SEV 7 SEV 8 SEV 9 TOR CACC, VR Channel 535423125X Halton 1 Peel 5, 1234512314523XX5221XXX312345123442, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection, 1. Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment, page 4 of 7, approved by EHPMDB Director, Region, Southwest, Southeast, CACC, Oshawa, Lindsay, Kingston, Renfrew, Ottawa. Talk group type: operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event, operational, test, special event. Talk group name: VR channel, STH4 ENT 5 TORX Test 1 SEV 1 1 SEV 2 2 SEV 3 3 SEV 4 4 SEV 5 5 SEV 6 1 ENT 5 STH2 NTHB 1 STHB 3 Test 4 SEV 1 1 SEV 2 2 SEV 3 3 KGNT 1, Center, 2 KGNT 2, East, 5 KGNT 3, West, 4. KGNT 4X test 3 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 4 Sev 3 3 Ren 1 3 Ren 2X test 1 Sev 1 4 Sev 2 2 Alpha 1 Bravo 2 Charlie 3 Delta 4 Echo 5 PR 3 SDG 1 PR SDG 3 Reg 4X test 2 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 2 Sev 3 3 Sev 4 4 Sev 5 5 Sev 6 6 Sev 7 1 Sev 8 2. EHPMDB section. PSRN policy subsection. 1. Talk groups. Portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment. Page 5 of 7. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Region. Southeast. North. CACC. Muskoka. Parry Sound. North Bay. Sudbury. Sault Ste. Marie. Timmins. Thunder Bay. Kenora. Talk group type operational. Test. Special event. Operational. Test special event. Operational. Test. 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 Special event. Talk group name VR channel. AX1 4 AX2 X test 2 Sev 1 5 Sev 2 3 East 2 West 1 test 3 Sev 1 5 NRTH 1 SDH 5 Cent 4 test 2 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 2 Sev 3 3 Sev 4 4 SD1 4 SD2 3 MSD1 X MSD2 X test 5 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 2 City 2 ALGE 5 ALGN 1 test 3 Sev 1 4 Sev 2 3 City 1 OOT 2 test 5 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 3 City 4 Dist 3 test 5 Sev 1 1 Sev 2 2 NRTH 1 SOUT 5 test 2 Sev 1 3 Sev 2 4. EHPMDB section. PSRN policy subsection. 1. Talk groups. Portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment. Page 6 of 7. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Region. NA. CACC. ORNGE. Talk group type. Operational. Test. Special event. Talk group name VR channel. OCC 6 CCLA 6 test 6 Sev 1 6 Sev 2 6. 3. When paramedics arrive at designated hospital or specialty portable level coverage, PLC sites, paramedics will utilize the designated VR channels identified below. CACC, Cambridge, Georgian, Hamilton, Lindsay, London, Mississauga, Niagara, North Bay, Oshawa. Type, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Specialty, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital, PLC Hospital. Location Kitchener Grand River Hospital 835 King Street West, Kitchener. On N2 G1 G3 Mount Forest Louise Marshall Hospital 630 Dublin Street, Mount Forest. On NOG2 L3 Waterloo Cambridge Memorial Hospital 700 Coronation Boulevard, Cambridge. On Simcoe Aurelia Soldiers Memorial Hospital 170 Colborne Street W, Aurelia. On L3 V2Z3, Toronto York Spadina Subway Extension, TDC, Wasaga Beach. 1. Portable radio area, Area 1 and 2, Wasaga Beach. 2. Area Portable Radio, Area 5 and 6, Haldimand War Memorial Hospital 400 Broad Street W, Dunville. On N1A2P7, Kawartha Lakes Ross Memorial Hospital 10 Angeline Street N, Lindsay. On K9V4M8, Elgin St. Thomas Elgin General Hospital 189 Elm Street, St. Thomas. On N5R5C4, Grey Meaford General Hospital 229 Nelson Street W, Meaford. On N4L1A3, Peel Credit Valley Hospital 2200 Eglinton Ave W, Mississauga. On Halton Oakville Trafalgar Memorial Hospital 3001 Hospital Gate, Oakville. On L6M0L8, Halton Milton District Hospital 725 Bronte Street, S, Milton. On L99K1, Halton Joseph Brand Memorial Hospital 1245 Lakeshore Road, Burlington. On L7S0A2, Niagara NHS St. Catharines Site 1204th Ave, St. Catharines. On Englehart District Hospital 61 5th Street, Englehart. On P0J1H0, Durham Lakeridge Health Oshawa 1 Hospital CT, Oshawa. On L1G2B9, VR channel, Hospital or 7. Hospital or 7 TIS or 7 Wasaga 1 or 7 Wasaga 2 or 6 Hospital or 7 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 Ministry of Health Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual EHPMDB Section PSRN Policy Subsection 1. Talk groups, portable level coverage sites and vehicle repeater channel assignment. Page 7 of 7. Approved by EHPMDB Director, CACC Ottawa, Sudbury Timmins, Windsor. Type PLC Hospital PLC Hospital PLC Hospital PLC Hospital PLC Specialty. Location Ottawa General Hospital 501 Smith Road, Ottawa. On K1H8L6 Sudbury Health Sciences North 41 Ramsey Lake Road, Sudbury. On P3E5J1. Hearst Hôpital Notre Dame Hospital 1405 Edward Street, Hearst. On P0L1N0 Essex Windsor Regional Hospital, Metro. Campus 1995 Lens Ave, Windsor. On N8W1L9, Detroit, Windsor Tunnel, Windsor. On VR channel, Hospital or 7 Hospital or 7 Hospital or 7 Hospital or 7 Wind Tunnel or 7. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description 11.11.21.31.4. January 5th, 2024 February 9th, 2024 March 25th, 2024 May 8th, 2024 July 29th, 2024, EHPMDB Approved Edition of ENT 2, ENT 3, CAM 1, and WTR2 Talk Groups for Cambridge CACC Edition of Mississauga CACC SAV 8, Oshawa CACC SAV 4, 5, and 6 Removal of Georgian CACC SIM 5TG and Oshawa CACC, S Alert and N Alert TG Addition to VR channels to Hamilton CACC SMC2 and SMC3 Talk Groups Edition of Toronto CACC and revisions to Talk Groups names and VR channel assignments. Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection, 2. Traveling beyond CACC Acts Catchment Area. Traveling beyond CACC Acts Catchment Area. Policy. Communications officers, COs, will direct paramedics traveling beyond their CACC Acts catchment area to the appropriate CACC or ACS Common Talk Group. Purpose. To provide the COs and paramedics with direction on the use of talk groups when ambulance resources travel beyond their CACC Acts catchment area. Procedure. 1. Communications centers will designate a CO to monitor the CACC or ACS or OCC Common Talk Group. The following are the approved CACC or ACS or OCC Common Talk Groups for each Communications Center. Communications Center. Cambridge, Georgian, Hamilton, Kenora, Kingston, Lindsay, London, Mississauga, Muskoka, North Bay, Niagara, ORNGE, Oshawa, Ottawa, Parry Sound, Renfrew, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, Thunder Bay, Timmins, Toronto, Wallaceburg, Windsor. Alpha Code. Cam Geo Ham Ken Kin Lin Lon MIS Moosh NBY Nia Orgo SHODT Par Ren SSM Sud Thursday Tim Tor Wal Win. Talk Group CACC 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 ACS CACC ACS OCC CACC CACC ACS CACC 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 CACC. Page 2 of 2. 3. Portable radios cannot be utilized on CACC or ACS or OCC Common Talk Groups. To utilize portable radios, the ambulance resource must switch to one of the following: ACACC ACS OCC Local Operational Talk Group and VR Channel B, CACC ACS OCC Special Event Talk Group and VR Channel C Portable Level Coverage, PLC VR Channel. 4. Paramedic crews will remain on their local operational talk group until they reach the border of their CACC ACS's catchment area. 5. Paramedic crews will advise each CACC ACS via their CACC Local Operational Talk Group or CACC or ACS Common Talk Group as they exit and enter each CACC ACS's catchment area. 6. Paramedic crews will provide the following information when entering a CACC ACS's catchment area: A. Unit number. B. Assignment. C. Destination. 7. The CO will direct an ambulance resource traveling beyond their CACC ACS's catchment area but within a border CACC ACS's catchment area to switch to the appropriate border CACC ACS's local operational talk group and vehicle repeater, VR, channel or special event talk group and VR channel. 8. The CO will direct an ambulance resource traveling beyond their CACC ACS's catchment area to a location in a non-bordering CACC ACS's catchment area to switch to the appropriate CACC or ACS Common Talk Group. As the ambulance resource travels through each CACC ACS catchment area, they will continue to switch to the appropriate CACC or ACS Common Talk Group as directed by the CO and provide the information identified in Clause 6 above. A. When a paramedic crew notifies a non-bordering CACC ACS upon entering their catchment area that they are traveling to a destination within their catchment area, the CO will direct the unit to the CACC ACS Local Operational Talk Group and the assigned VR channel. The unit will remain on the CACC ACS Local Operational Talk Group until they are directed by the CO to switch talk groups or they leave the CACC ACS catchment. 9. Clauses 4-8 do not apply to ORNGE Critical Care Land Ambulances. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description January 1, 5, 2024 EHPMDB Approved. EHPMDB Section. PSRN Policy Subsection. 3. Intraoperability Talk Groups. Page 1 of 2. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Intraoperability Talk Groups. Policy. The Communications Officer, CO, will monitor the intraoperability talk groups. Purpose. To provide the COs and paramedics with direction on the monitoring of ORNGE CACC, Region Common, Sector Common, and Ontario Common, intraoperability talk groups. Procedure. 1. The Communications Center will designate a CO to monitor the ORNGE CACC intraoperability talk group. ORNGE Critical Care Land Ambulances will utilize the ORNGE CACC intraoperability talk group to communicate with local CACC access to request the following: A. Patch with the local hospital. B. Assistance from the local CACC ACS. 2. Emergency alarms or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions received on ORNGECACC interoperability talk group will be actioned by ORNGE Operations Control Center, OCC. 3. The Communications Center will designate a CO to monitor the following interoperability talk groups: A. Region Common, B. Sector Common, C. Ontario Common. 4. Region, sector or Ontario Common interoperability talk groups may be used in contingency backup situations involving more than one communications center as per local operating procedures, e.g., mass casualty incidents, contingencies, evacuations. All other uses must receive prior approval by Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch, EHPMDB Director. A. When using region, sector or Ontario Common talk group to replace a CACC operational or special event talk group, paramedics will use the same vehicle repeater, VR channel used on the original talk group. 5. Except for Clause 4 above, portable radios should not be utilized on region, sector or Ontario Common talk groups. To utilize portable radios, the ambulance resource must switch to one of the following: A. CACC AX OCC Local Operational Talk Group and VR Channel, B. CACC AX OCC Special Event Talk Group and VR Channel, C. Portable Level Coverage, PLC VR Channel. Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch, Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 3. Interoperability talk groups, page 2 of 2. 6. Emergency alarms or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions received on region, sector or Ontario Common interoperability talk groups will be actioned by the CACC AX where the unit is geographically located at the time of the alarm. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description 1.01.1. January 17, 2024 July 29, 2024 OOEHPMDB approved, identifying that the use of region, sector or Ontario Common interoperability talk groups must involve the use of more than one communications center. Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch, Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual, EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 4. Emergency Room Patch Talk Group, page 1 of 1. Emergency Room Patch Talk Group Policy. Communications officers, COs, will use the emergency room, ER patch talk group, i.e., ER1, ER2 etc. for the purposes of patching paramedic crews with hospitals, base hospital physicians, and/or other paramedics. Purpose: to provide the CO with direction on facilitating patching between paramedic crews and hospital, and base hospital physicians. Procedure: 1. Patching paramedic crews with hospitals, base hospital physicians, and/or other paramedics will be facilitated on the ER patch talk group as identified by the CO, in accordance with local operating procedures. Exception: ORNGE Critical Care Land Ambulances will utilize the ORNGE CACC interoperability talk group when requiring a patch with a local hospital. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description January 1, 2024 OEHPMDB approved. EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 5. Emergency alarms, verbal 10-2000 radio, transmissions and testing advanced equipment deployment, page 1 of 5, approved by EHPMDB Director. Emergency alarms, verbal transmissions and testing equipment deployment, 10-2000 radio advanced. Policy: the communications officer, CO transmission as real will treat each emergency alarm activation or verbal 10-2000 radio. Purpose: to provide direction to COs and paramedics regarding emergency alarm activations or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions. Procedure: 1. Emergency alarm activation, verbal 10-2000 radio transmission by paramedics. A. All emergency alarm activations or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions will be treated as real. Exception: emergency alarm testing on the CACC AX test talk group. B. Upon activation of the emergency alarm or receiving a verbal 10-2000 radio transmission, the CO monitoring the talk group, in which the emergency alarm or verbal 10-2000 radio transmission was activated will, I press the acknowledge button for emergency alarms 2. Transmit all units 10-3 insert unit or portable ID 10-4 inches 3. Confirm the unit's last known location with AVL, or the last known location provided by the paramedic, if available. Exceptions: emergency alarms received on a dedicated ORNGE talk group or the ORNGECAC interoperability talk group will be handled by ORNGE Operations Control Center, OCC. Emergency alarms received on region, sector, Ontario or MOH interop talk groups will be actioned by the CACC AX where the unit is geographically located at the time of the alarm. EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 5. Emergency alarms, verbal 10-2000 radio, transmissions and testing advanced equipment deployment, page 2 of 5, approved by EHPMDB Director. C. The CO will make no further attempt to communicate to the paramedic unit portable post-activation of an emergency alarm or verbal 10-2000 radio transmission unless a verbal response from the paramedic unit portable is received first. If a verbal response is not received from the paramedic unit portable, the CO will immediately contact the local police department and provide the following information. This is insert communications center name. Unit insert ID has activated their emergency alarm. The crew has not responded to dispatch since activating the emergency alarm. The unit's last known location was insert last known location. Identify the type of incident to which the paramedic resource was responding or applicable phase of the incident assignment. Identify any real or potential hazards. Please respond immediately and advise when the crew scene is secure. 2. Assign the closest available ambulance and emergency response unit, ARU, if available on a high priority incident to a staging area close to the scene. OCC may request additional paramedic resources from the local CACC-ACS. As required, all communications to responding paramedic resource will be made via special event talk group and vehicle repeater, VR channel or telephone. 3. The initial staging area will be identified by the CO at a location out of view from the emergent paramedic unit's last known location. A paramedic or police officer arriving on scene may identify a more appropriate staging location. Advise the responding paramedic resources to wait at the staging area until the scene is secured by police. If a verbal response is received from the emergent paramedic unit portable, the CO will determine the exact location of the emergent paramedic crew and nature of the emergency, crew safety, illness, vehicle collision, etc. 2. If required, dispatch the closest available ambulance and ARU if available to the scene staging area. OCC may request additional paramedic resources from the local CACC-ACS, as required. EHPMDB section, PSRN policy subsection 5. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing advanced equipment deployment page 3 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director 3. If required, contact local police and/or fire departments and request their assistance. Providing the paramedic resources location. Confirm the location with AVL if available, and known details of the emergency, depending on the duration of the situation and considering operational impact, e.g., radioactivity. The CO may instruct other paramedic resources on the talk group where the emergency alarm /10-2000 incident was initiated to switch to an alternate talk group and associated VR channel for the duration of the emergency alarm /10-2000 incident. The CO will confirm acknowledgement of the paramedic resource presence on the new talk group and VR channel. The CO will notify the communications center supervisor manager, or designate, of the emergency alarm 10-2000 incident and any known details. The CO will notify the paramedic service duty supervisor manager, or designate, of the details of the emergency alarm. Notification of the paramedic service duty supervisor manager, or designate, should not take place over the emergent talk group. Emergency alarm activation or verbal 10-2000 transmission must be cleared or cancelled by all paramedics assigned to the unit, i.e., 2 paramedics assigned to a unit. 2 all clear statements must be provided, using the exact phrase unit, or portable insert ID, 100-2000 Alpha Charlie. If paramedics of the emergent unit are unable to clear or cancel the emergency alarm, the CO can accept all clear cancellation from the following on-scene paramedic service supervisor manager or another paramedic crew, by stating the following phrase unit, or portable insert ID of unit activating emergency alarm /10-2000 incident, 10-2000 Alpha Charlie. 2. Police communications have identified a police officer is on scene and has confirmed the scene is now secure. Clear. The CO will knock down the emergency alarm or cancel the verbal 10-2000 incident, only after the situation has been cleared. The CO will document all emergency alarm activations or 10-2000 radio transmission incidents in an incident report. EHPMDB section, PSRN policy subsection 5. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing advanced equipment deployment page 4 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director 2. Additional requirements for activation of emergency alarm. Verbal 10-2000 transmission by Orange. Paramedics upon receipt of an emergency alarm, ORNGE will contact the local CACC-ACS assigned to the ORNGE unit's current location to ensure situational awareness and to request paramedic resources, if required. If the local CACC-ACS receives an inquiry regarding an emergency alarm activated by an ORNGE unit, the local ACO will instruct the police and/or fire department to contact ORNGE Operations Control Center, OCC directly at 1-833-401-5578. Option 5. COCC will notify the local CACC-ACS when the emergency alarm of the Orange resource has been cleared. 3. Emergency alarm testing. The communications center will establish an operational agreement with each local paramedic service to ensure that the emergency alarm feature is tested and verified operationally on a regular basis. The operational agreement will be incorporated into the paramedic services deployment plan and the communications center's local operating procedures. At a minimum, the local agreement will include the following. The emergency alarms will be tested once per month. Emergency alarm testing may be completed more frequently as agreed upon between the communications center and the paramedic service. 2. The communications center will provide the paramedic service with documentation demonstrating the completion of monthly emergency alarm testing. 3. The completion of the testing will be dependent on the operational demands to meet the requirement of the emergency alarm testing while maintaining operational readiness. All emergency alarms will be tested, including, but not limited to, Front cab radio control head. Rear patient compartment radio control head, if equipped. All portable radios assigned to the unit. All lapel microphones. C. Upon activation of each emergency alarm test, the CO will acknowledge the alarm using the following phrase: unit or portable insert ID. Insert communications center name. Copies your test. Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual. EHPMDB section. PSRN Policy subsection 5. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing. Advanced equipment deployment. Page 5 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director D. The CO will knock down each emergency alarm test and verify the unit and portable ID matches the paramedic resource being tested. E. The CO will document the completion of the emergency alarm test as required by local operating procedures. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision. EHPMDB Approval Date. Description: January 1st 5, 2024. EHPMDB approved. EHPMDB section. PSRN Policy subsection 6. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing. Page 1 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Emergency alarms. Verbal transmissions and testing. 10-2000 radio. Policy. The Communications Officer, CO, will treat each emergency alarm activation or verbal 10-2000 radio transmission as real. Purpose: to provide direction to COs and paramedics regarding emergency alarm activations or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions. Procedure: 1. Emergency alarm activation. Verbal 10-2000 radio transmission by paramedics. A. All emergency alarm activations or verbal 10-2000 radio transmissions will be treated as real. Exception: emergency alarm testing on the CACC-ACS test talk group. B. Upon activation of the emergency alarm or receiving a verbal 10-2000 radio transmission, the CO monitoring the talk group, in which the emergency alarm or verbal 10-2000 radio transmission was activated, will I press the acknowledge button for emergency alarms. 2. Transmit all units. 10-3. Insert unit or portable ID 10-4 inches. 3. Confirm the unit's last known location with AVL, or the last known location provided by the paramedic, if available. Exceptions: emergency alarms received on a dedicated ORNGE talk group or the ORNGECAC interoperability talk group will be handled by ORNGE Operations Control Center, OCC. Emergency alarms received on region, sector, Ontario or MOH interop talk groups will be actioned by the CACC-ACS where the unit is geographically located at the time of the alarm. C. The CO will make no further attempt to communicate to the paramedic unit portable post-activation of an emergency alarm or verbal 10-2000 radio transmission unless a verbal response from the paramedic unit portable is received first. If a verbal response is not received from the paramedic unit portable, the CO will EHPMDB section. PSRN Policy subsection 6. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing. Page 2 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director. I immediately contact the local police department and provide the following information. This is Insert Communications Center name. Unit Insert ID has activated their emergency alarm. The crew has not responded to dispatch since activating the emergency alarm. The unit's last known location was Insert Last Known Location. Identify the type of incident to which the paramedic resource was responding or applicable phase of the incident assignment. Identify any real or potential hazards. Please respond immediately and advise when the crew scene is secure. 2. Assign the closest available ambulance and emergency response unit, ARU, if available on a high priority incident to a staging area close to the scene. OCC may request additional paramedic resources from the local CACC-ACS. As required, all communications to responding paramedic resource, S, will be made via special event talk group and vehicle repeater, VR channel or telephone. 3. The initial staging area will be identified by the CO at a location out of view from the emergent paramedic unit's last known location. A paramedic or police officer arriving on scene may identify a more appropriate staging location. I've advised the responding paramedic resources to wait at the staging area until the scene is secured by police. D. If a verbal response is received from the emergent paramedic unit portable, the CO will determine the exact location of the emergent paramedic crew and nature of the emergency, crew safety, illness, vehicle collision, etc. 2. If required, dispatch the closest available ambulance and ARU if available to the scene staging area. OCC may request additional paramedic resources from the local CACC-ACS, as required. 3. If required, contact local police and/or fire departments and request their assistance, providing the paramedic resources location, confirm the location with AVL if available, and known details of the emergency. EHPMDB section. PSRN Policy subsection 6. Emergency alarms. Verbal 10-2000 radio. Transmissions and testing. Page 3 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director. E. Depending on the duration of the situation and considering operational impact, e.g., radioactivity, the CO may instruct other paramedic resources on the talk group where the emergency alarm /10-2000 incident was initiated to switch to an alternate talk group and associated VR channel for the duration of the emergency alarm /10-2000 incident. The CO will confirm acknowledgement of the paramedic resource presence on the new talk group and VR channel. F. The CO will notify the Communications Center Supervisor Manager, or designate, of the emergency alarm 10/2000 incident and any known details. G. The CO will notify the Paramedic Service Duty Supervisor Manager, or designate, of the details of the emergency alarm. Notification of the Paramedic Service Duty Supervisor Manager, or designate, should not take place over the emergent talk group. H. Emergency alarm activation or verbal 10/2000 transmission must be cleared or cancelled by all paramedics assigned to the unit, i.e., 2 paramedics assigned to a unit. 2 all clear statements must be provided, using the exact phrase unit, or portable insert ID, 100-2000 Alpha Charlie. If paramedics of the emergent unit are unable to clear or cancel the emergency alarm, the CO can accept all clear cancellation from the following on-scene paramedic service supervisor manager or another paramedic crew, by stating the following phrase unit, or portable insert ID of unit activating emergency alarm /10-2000 incident, 10-2000 Alpha Charlie. 2. Police communications have identified a police officer is on scene and has confirmed the scene is now secure. Clear. J. The CO will knock down the emergency alarm or cancel the verbal 10-2000 incident, only after the situation has been cleared. K. The CO will document all emergency alarm activations or 10-2000 radio transmission incidents in an incident report. 2. Additional requirements for activation of emergency alarm verbal 10-2000 transmission by Orange. Paramedics A. Upon receipt of an emergency alarm, ORNGE will contact the local CACC ACS assigned to the ORNGE unit's current location to ensure situational awareness and to request paramedic resources, if required. B. If the local CACC ACS receives an inquiry regarding an emergency alarm activated by an ORNGE unit, the local ACO will instruct the police and/or fire department to contact ORNGE Operations Control Center, OCC, directly at 1-833-401-5578. Option 5. EHPMDB Section. PSRN Policy Subsection 6. Emergency Alarms. Verbal 10-2000 Radio. Transmissions and Testing. Page 4 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director. COCC will notify the local CACC ACS when the emergency alarm of the Orange resource has been cleared. 3. Emergency Alarm Testing. A. The Communications Center will establish an operational agreement with each local paramedic service to ensure that the emergency alarm feature is tested and verified operationally on a regular basis. The operational agreement will be incorporated into the paramedic services deployment plan and the Communications Center's local operating procedures. B. At a minimum, the local agreement will include the following. The emergency alarms will be tested once per month. Emergency alarm testing may be completed more frequently as agreed upon between the Communications Center and the paramedic service. 2. The Communications Center will provide the paramedic service with documentation demonstrating the completion of monthly emergency alarm testing. 3. The completion of the testing will be dependent on the operational demands to meet the requirement of the emergency alarm testing while maintaining operational readiness. 5. All emergency alarms will be tested, including, but not limited to, front cab radio control head, rear patient compartment radio control head, if equipped. All portable radios assigned to the unit. All lapel microphones. C. Testing of the emergency alarm will be conducted on the Communications Center's test talk group and associated VR channel. D. Upon activation of each emergency alarm test, the CO will acknowledge the alarm using the following phrase unit, or portable insert ID. Insert Communications Center name. Copies your test. E. The CO will knock down each emergency alarm test and verify the unit and portable ID matches the paramedic resource being tested. F. The CO will document the completion of the emergency alarm test as required by local operating procedures. Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual. EHPMDB Section. PSRN Policy Subsection 6. Emergency Alarms. Verbal 10-2000 Radio. Transmissions and Testing. Page 5 of 5. Approved by EHPMDB Director. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision. EHPMDB Approval Date. Description. January 1, 2024. EHPMDB Approved. EHPMDB Section. PSRN Policy Subsection 7. Talk Around Mode. Page 1 of 2. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Talk Around Mode. Policy. Communications officers, COs, will monitor and document when paramedics identify the potential for talk-around mode to be enabled while out of range of the digital vehicle repeater, DVR. Purpose: to provide direction to COs and paramedics to ensure the safety of the paramedic crew when portable radios are out of range of the digital vehicle repeater, DVR, with talk-around mode enabled, resulting in zero communications with the Communications Center. Procedure: 1. Upon arrival at a location, paramedics should assess the location of their vehicle in relation to the patient to determine if they anticipate their portable radios enabling talk-around mode. A. If paramedics anticipate their portable radios enabling talk-around mode, they will notify their Communications Center. BCOs will document the time of the notification and determine an approximate time the paramedics will contact the Communications Center with a status update. 2. If paramedics do not contact the Communications Center within the allotted time determined in 1b above, the CO will A. Request other paramedic resources, i.e., paramedic service duty officer, additional paramedic units, on scene to contact the paramedic crew and provide an update on their status. B. Request police, fire, or other allied agencies, i.e., first response teams, Ontario parks, etc. on scene to contact the paramedic crew and provide an update on their status. See if there are no additional resources on scene. The CO will contact police and request assistance. The CO will advise that a paramedic crew has been on scene. Location 4. Provide time identified in 1. B. Minutes without communications and request they respond to scene to complete a wellness check. CO will provide call task location details as required. 3. The CO will notify the paramedic service supervisor designate if not on scene and request they attend the scene. Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 7. Talk around mode. Page 2 of 2. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description January 1, 5, 2024. EHPMDB approved. Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 8. Surveillance Mode. Page 1 of 1. Surveillance Mode. Policy. The communication officer, CO, will document the rationale and times, i.e., start and end times, when surveillance mode is enabled by a paramedic. Purpose. To provide COs and paramedics with direction on the use of surveillance mode. Procedure. 1. A CO will only direct paramedics to enable surveillance mode upon direction from paramedic service manager designate or a police officer. 2. Paramedics are authorized to enable surveillance mode in the following situations. A. Under the direction of a paramedic service supervisor manager or designate or police officer. B. While performing their duties as part of a tactical team. C. As per local operating procedure. 3. Paramedics will notify the communications center prior to enabling surveillance mode. Notification will include the reason for the activation. 4. The CO will document the rationale of the activation of surveillance mode and the start time. 5. Paramedics will notify the CO when surveillance mode is terminated. The CO will document the notification. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description. January 1, 5, 2024. EHPMDB approved. Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Program Management and Delivery Branch Public Safety Radio Network Policy Manual EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 9. Digital Vehicular Repeater Toggle. Page 1 of 1. Digital Vehicular Repeater Toggle. Policy. The communications officer, CO, will use the digital vehicular repeater, DVR toggle to change the DVR mode of an ambulance resource. Purpose. To provide the CO and paramedics with approved scenarios to utilize DVR toggle. Procedure. 1. The CO will utilize the DVR toggle when an ambulance resource's DVR is on the incorrect mode, in the following scenarios. A. At the request of the paramedic crew for their assigned ambulance resource. B. At the request of the paramedic service duty supervisor or designate. C. At the request of the CACC ACS duty supervisor or designate. Exception. When an ambulance resource is traveling while the DVR is in system or local mode, the CO will not utilize the DVR toggle. The CO will instruct the paramedic crew to turn the DVR to mobile mode 2. The CO will inform the paramedic crew when the CO has changed the DVR mode. EHPMDB Policy Revision History. Revision EHPMDB Approval Date Description January 1, 5, 2024. EHPMDB approved. EHPMDB Section, PSRN Policy Subsection 10. Radio Console or Network Failure Contingency. Procedures. Page 1 of 2. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Radio Console or Network Failure Contingency Procedures. Policy. The communications officer, CO, and paramedics will utilize the approved contingency procedures during a radio console or network failure. Purpose. To provide COs and paramedics with direction regarding the use of the contingency procedures for radio console or network failure. Procedure. 1. In the event of a radio console or network failure, the CO will initiate the following backup procedures. A. Single console failure. In the event of a single console failure, the CO will switch to another available radio console within the communications center. B. Radio network failure. In the event multiple or all radio consoles lose connectivity to the radio network, the CO will utilize the appropriate backup fixed mobile, BUFM, resource desk set or BUFM resource on their radio console or provincial common radio channel. C. Network and console failure. In the event multiple or all consoles fail, network and console failure, the CO will use the appropriate BUFM desk set. D. Site trunking. In the event a paramedic receives a site trunking error, the paramedic will attempt to re-establish communications by utilizing the following in order. I. Provincial Common Radio Channel 2. Approved local devices, i.e., cellular phones, etc. 2. In the event that the CO is required to utilize the BUFM desk set or BUFM resource on the radio console, the CO will immediately notify paramedics that A. The communication center is utilizing backup radio. B. Emergency alarm activations must be accompanied by a verbal 10-2000. C. Hospital patching and base hip paging is unavailable. The CO may provide verbal patient reports as per local operational procedures. 3. In the event that communications cannot be re-established via the BUFM desk set or BUFM resource on the radio console, the CO will switch to Provincial Common Radio channel and attempt to re-establish communications. If the CO successfully re-establishes communications, the CO will notify paramedics that A. The communication center is utilizing backup radio. B. Emergency alarm activations must be a verbal 10-2000. C. Hospital patching and base hip paging is unavailable. The CO may provide verbal patient reports as per local operational procedures. EHPMDB section. PSRN policy subsection 10. Radio console or network failure contingency. Procedures. Page 2 of 2. Approved by EHPMDB Director 4. In the event that the CO is required to utilize the BUFM desk set or BUFM resource on the radio console or Provincial Common Radio channel, the CO will immediately notify hospitals that A. The communication center is utilizing backup radio. B. Hospital patching is unavailable. The CO may provide verbal patient reports as per local operational procedures. 5. In the event that radio communications cannot be re-established, the CO will implement contingencies procedures as per local operating procedures, i.e., use of cellular devices, etc. 6. In the event that paramedics cannot establish radio communications with the communications center, they will utilize A. Provincial Common Radio channel. B. Approved devices, i.e., phones, etc. 7. The CO will notify the paramedic service duty manager designate of the radio failure. 8. The CO will notify the communications center supervisor designate of the radio failure and complete an equipment failure report. EHPMDB policy revision history. Revision EHPMDB approval date description January 1, 2024. EHPMDB approved. EHPMDB section. PSRN policy subsection 11. Air ambulance use of air-to-ground frequency and provincial common channels. Page 1 of 1. Approved by EHPMDB Director. Air ambulance use of air-to-ground frequency and provincial common channel. Policy. Air ambulance paramedics will utilize the air-to-ground frequency or provincial common channel to communicate with the Orange Operations Control Center, OCC. Purpose. To provide direction to Orange OCC communications officers, COs, air ambulance paramedics regarding the appropriate use of the air-to-ground frequency and the provincial common channel. Procedure. 1. Orange OCC COs will instruct air ambulance paramedics to utilize the following radio channel or frequency based on the following flight altitudes. A. B. Provincial common channel is to be utilized when the aircraft is at or below 200 feet. Air-to-ground frequency is to be utilized when the aircraft is flying above 200 feet. EHPMDB policy revision history. Revision EHPMDB approval date description 1.0 July 29, 2024. EHPMDB approved. Appendices Ministry of Health. Appendices. Appendix 1 status indicator icons. Icon description. Signal strength indicator. The number of bars indicates signal radio is transmitting strength. Illustration shows full strength. H. Output power level set. Radio is receiving a to high transmission L. Output power level set to low. Secure encryption encrypted talk group but. Advanced encryption not encrypted standard. On operating in a secure. On. Full encryption talk group. Blinking. Receiving an. Blinking. Receiving an encrypted call encrypted transmission DVR is enabled. On. Primary mode enabled DVR is receiving a signal. Blinking. Secondary mode enabled. DVR is transmitting a signal. DVR force primary mode. PM. Note. This feature is only available on selected radios. Talk group is currently select for scan mode. Direct radio to radio communication. E.g. using Provincial Common Channel. Internet protocol packet data is available. Battery power level portable. Top LCD display. Small dot flashing scan mode is not currently scanning. GPS signal. On GPS enabled. Blinking. No GPS signal available. Data activity. Autopod are downloading information. Battery power level portable front LCD display only viewed on a portable radio. All mobile radios, portables and network portables are set to H high output power and cannot be changed. The transportable repeater radio can be changed by a radio technician. Appendix 2 alert tones. Mobile radio. Tone heard 4 high-pitched tones repeats every 5 seconds. Single high-pitched tone. Medium-pitched sound. Like a busy signal on a phone. 2 short high-pitched tones. Low-pitched tones followed by high-pitched tones. Short. Medium-pitched tone. 2 short. Medium-pitched tones. High-pitched tones followed by low-pitched tones. Continuous low-pitched tone. Call alert. Tone name. Central acknowledge. System busy. Talk permitted. Auto call back. Scan alert on. Emergency state. Program request. Scan alert off. Talk prohibit out of range. Illegal mode. Auto power off. Scan mode. Empty list. Description. When a call alert page is received. When the central controller of system receives call alert emergency alarm reprogram request and transmission is acknowledged by the intended dispatcher. When the PTT button is pressed, indicates transmission fail because all system radio channels in a talk group are in use. When the PTT button is pressed, this tone indicates the system is accepting your transmission. When a channel is now available for previously requested transmission. When the scan feature is activated. When radio enters the emergency state. When the radio receives an over-the-air programming request. When the scan feature is turned off. when PTT button is pressed, and the system is out of service, out of range or timeout timer has been concluded, when a mode is entered which will prohibit transmitting or receiving of messages, powers off the radio when no user actions occur during a predetermined length of time, scan turned on with an empty list, when changing between FleetNet and LMRN and scan is left on and scan list is empty, single short low-pitched tone timeout warning, valid key entry invalid key entry, single short high-pitched tone, Appendix 2 alert tones, when radio fails its power-up self-test 4 seconds before PTT timeout when radio fails to receive an acknowledgement when a valid key entry is pressed, when an invalid key entry is pressed, portable radio, tone heard, short low-pitched tone 3 low-pitched chirps, long low-pitched tone, group of low-pitched tones, short medium-pitched tone, tone name radio self-test, reject, timeout warning, local mode, timeout, talk prohibited, out of range, invalid mode, busy, valid key press, radio self-test, clear voice, priority channel received, emergency alarm, description radio fails its power-up self-test unauthorized request made 4 seconds before PTT timeout, local mode, go ahead tone when PTT timer has timed out, when PTT is pressed, transmission is not allowed when PTT is pressed and radio is out of range when radio is on a channel which is not programmed when the PTT button is pressed, indicates transmission failed because all system radio channels in a talk group are in use, when correct button key is pressed radio passed power-up self-test at the beginning of a non-coded communication when activity on a priority channel is received when emergency alarm is entered, long medium-pitched tone volume set, fail soft, auto call back, group of medium-pitched tones key fail, console acknowledge, site trunking, short high-pitched tone, chirp 2 high-pitched tones 3 high-pitched chirps, low battery, GPS failure, go ahead tone 4 fast high-pitched chirps talk around tone, when volume is changed on quiet channel when trunking system fails when voice channel is available from previous busy indication when encryption key has been lost when status, emergency alarm, or reprogram request ACK is received, when a network trunking system fails battery power level is critical GPS signal is lost system mode, go ahead tone talk around mode, Appendix 3 light indicators, mobile radio, D blinking equals double blinking R blinking equals rapid blinking, color type description, radio transmitting, will, solid flash during OTIP or ODAR, radio transmitting an, D blinking emergency alarm, radio has failed the self-test upon powering up or R blinking has encountered a fatal error, channel is busy in, solid conventional mode, radio is receiving a blinking secure transmission, radio is powering up or is on non-priority channel, solid while in the scan list, programming mode, radio is receiving an individual call or is on a blinking priority 2 channel while in scan list programming mode, radio is on priority 1, default, channel while in, R blinking the scan list programming, mode, LCD display, temporarily changes keypad, backlight color, the background color, orange emergency alarm, critical alerts out of range fail soft mode unable to establish full connection with the LCD display red system unable to authenticate or register with the system, call alerts, receiving, private call alert, green selective call enters geofence, position, red, 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 yellow, yellow 3 LED indicator lights, green, 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 portable radio, D blinking equals double blinking R blinking equals rapid blinking, position color type description, red solid radio is transmitting, red blinking radio is transmitting at low battery condition, D red radio in emergency mode, blinking, R radio has failed the self-test upon powering up or, red blinking encountered a fatal error top yellow solid conventional channel is busy LED light yellow blinking radio is receiving a secure transmission, radio is powering up or is on a non-priority channel, green solid while in scan list programming mode, is on a priority 2 channel while in scan list, green blinking programming mode or receiving an individual call, R radio is on priority 1 channel while in the scan, green blinking list programming mode, emergency alarms radio initiates or receives an, orange backlight emergency alarm, critical alerts, low battery out of range fail soft, top LCD red backlight mode unable to connect to system unable to display register with system lost GPS signal, call alerts private call alert selective call dot, green backlight enters geofence, bar emergency alarms, radio initiates or receives an, orange color emergency alarm, front critical alerts, low battery out of range fail soft, bar, LCD red mode unable to connect to system unable to, color, display register with system lost GPS signal, bar call alerts private call alert selective call dot, green color enters geofence, Appendix 4 menu select items, menu item description, ambulance front back and Veru, menu items available mobile radio, ESU administrative 2, radio 1, radio, transportable radio vehicle repeater, portable radio, network, zone select zone location lock shows GPS information MS01 multi-select, to programmable 5 MS05 available, enable scan mode, nuisance news button, receiving signal RSSI strength indicator, group text TMS messaging, not enabled, adjust power PWR level, used to switch PRFL portable radio profile, shows battery BAT status, shows scan SCNL list, MS01 multi-select, to programmable 3MS03 available. Select Chan Talk Group. This table does not include submenu items. Appendix 5 VR channel maps. The following maps identify each VR channel location by color. All borders are estimated and are to be used as general reference only. Refer to Module 8. Talk Groups. Portable level coverage and VR channel policy for more detailed information. All maps are generated through Google Earth. The VR channel showing on these maps identify the primary on-scene operational talk group and associated VR channel. PSRN operating manual paramedics. The VR channel showing on this map identify the primary on-scene operational talk group and associated VR channel. Appendix 5 VR channel maps. Ministry of Health. The VR channel showing on this map identify the primary on-scene operational talk group and associated VR channel. PSRN operating manual paramedics. The VR channel showing on this map identify the primary on-scene operational talk group and associated VR channel. Appendix 5 VR channel maps. Ministry of Health. The VR channel showing on this map identify the primary on-scene operational talk group and associated VR channel. Appendix 6 Communications Center Common Talk Groups and Alpha Codes. CACC Interoperability Talk Groups. This table identifies which CACC interop talk groups are available to each CACC. Communications Center. Code Alpha Center Common 21 Region 3 Region. Talk Groups 4. Region 5. Region 6. Region Ontario Sector. Windsor Wallaceburg. London Cambridge Hamilton Niagara Mississauga. Toronto Georgian Oshawa Muskoka Lindsay Renfrew Kingston Ottawa Parry Sound Sudbury North Bay Timmins Sault Ste. Marie Thunder Bay. Kenora ORNGE. Win Wallon Cam Ham Nia MIS Tor GOOSH Mushlin Renkin ODT Parsud NBY Tim SSM Thursday Kenorg. Kak ACs Kak ACs Kak ACs Kak OCC XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX